Hey, what's going on, everybody? What is the good word, man? How's everybody feeling? Something feels funny about this. Hold on. Is my audio right? It says it's right. How do I sound, everybody? Test, test, test. Something sounds weird in the earphones. Turn my levels up. Turn my levels up. Let me check. I see what the problem is. Hold on. No, it says everything's fine. Hmm. All right, cool, cool. We got some people joining. We got some people joining us tonight, so it's not just going to be me. But I said I was starting when I'm starting, so I'm going to be here. How do y'all like this new logo? I gotta share you guys our graphic design guy. He's gonna overhaul the YouTube page so we look real professional, and also mess with our stream so it looks really funky. We have a design guy now. I'm gonna have him. Is it start freestyling to you? Yeah. He's gonna be a guest on the show too, because he's gonna be on to talk about being black in Europe. So we'll talk with him on a podcast episode. But yeah, this design is gonna be on a T-shirt too. We're moving forward with T-shirts and mugs and you know swag like that because people have asked for it. So the regular logo and this one is gonna be on it. So yeah, it's our boy Jamel. I'm going to when he's on the show, I'll hook everybody up with his info because he takes work too. So he's down for commissions and work. He's been doing design work for Andre Dominguez as well. I put him in touch with him. Oh yeah, stickers as well. We're gonna be doing stickers. Oh, this is old school right here. This is old school. Mikey Darko was talking about the Killmonger was right shirt. Oh, so you're a day one, man. I appreciate that. We made these let me take the starting soon thing off because we are started. Uh this is the important part. Comment, like, subscribe. Start liking from now. So and not to blackmail y'all later for likes. Just get it in now. Make that like the first thing you do, like taking your shoes off at the door when you come in from the rain. Just walk right in, commenting and liking. You know what I'm saying? Powering off. Definitely like right off the bat. So yeah, Kenny should be on tonight. Hoodies is not a bad idea. Hoodies we're probably gonna do. We're gonna do something different this time than I did with the Killmonger shirts. In that we're gonna have regular shirts for the guys, but also like a feminine cut because we have a lot of female fans. A lot of people think they call this like a hotel podcast and stuff, but we have a you would be surprised female amount of fans. Like we actually have a lot of female fans, so we're gonna get female a female cut. I want to close out some quick commentary about the Dosha Cat stuff before he went to the Charlemagne stuff. Just stuff that I didn't get out the first time, and I figured since the rest of the people aren't here, I didn't want to talk about the Charlemagne and Biden stuff before they got here. I figured there's a good chance to talk about other stuff instead. So in the description to the episode, there's a link with someone on Twitter compiled all the problematic stuff that Doja Cat did. So you can go there, see all that stuff, and examine it at your leisure. We're not going to talk about it too long because I don't want, like I said, I don't want to make it. That's not really the purpose of this episode. This was more about Charlemagne and stuff, but I'm just more killing time until the other guys show up. So it's not going to be like a total rehash, just a little bit of cleaning up of stuff that I said before. But so, see, someone said Champagne Sharks Tim's. Yeah, that's gonna sell like 90% in New York and like nowhere else. But we'll see if enough people demand it. We'll do the Champagne Sharks Tim's. But I got a feeling it's just gonna be you and like 5 other guys, and then Lafayette Garden Projects. Gonna want the Champagne Sharks Tim's. Yeah, Tim's used to be all over the country. That was just straight up black people wear, and at least on the East Coast and stuff. But yeah, New York's the only place holding on to them. But honestly, man, even in New York, I don't really see Tim's like I used to see him. Tim's are kind of dead. But yeah, so this logo is gonna be on mugs, and also like those thermos type things. It's a really dope thermos that it's the shape of a soda can, but it keeps your hot drinks hot for like 7-8 hours, and your cold drinks cold for like the same amount of time. I have one, but not with the Champagne Sharks logo, but it's in the shape of a soda can, and it does all types of. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Um, but enough for this. You see the logo. I think we're gonna use this for nighttime podcasts, like Champagne Sharks After Dark or something like that. We need to get a girl like with a sultry voice to join us for Champagne Sharks After Dark. Quiet Storm. It's a quiet storm of tea. Yeah, change my voice for that. This is the Quiet Storm voice. So yeah, it's called a tumbler. I always forget their name for it. It's called a tumbler. I call it a thermos, but the thing is actually a tumbler. And I have one that's not branded with the Champagne Sharks logo, but it's a really dope tumbler. And it was so good, I looked up how to get it because I wanted to make our own branded versions of that. So yeah, how y'all like what we done in the back with the crazy sign? That was an accidental effect. Oh, now we got a troll. We got a fucking troll in the house. See Daniel Amos? This troll's trying to get up in here, man. These goddamn trolls. Actually, all jokes aside, that's Mario. So let's see if we can get. Yo, Mario, are you really trying to get in here, or are you just trolling me? Yeah, yo, this is supposed to be green screen, right? So I was testing the green screen settings, and I couldn't get it to work, and I forgot about it. But that painting in the back is green, so apparently, yo, why am I not seeing him in the backstage? Hmm. Hold on, let me check something. Mario's trying to get in. Just give me a second, y'all. I'll try and get Mario in here. Maybe hold on a second. Let me see something. I'm gonna try something real quick. So bear with me, y'all. Just trying to get my people up in here. But in the meantime, let me know how y'all doing, man. If y'all enjoying the content, drop some information, chop it up with each other. Also, champagnesharks at gmail.com. If you ever want to chop it up, and tell us what you want to have on. Also, go to patreon.com/champagne sharks so you can get a heads up on who our guests are going to be and get a chance to ask them questions. That's always something that I can do. So, okay, let's see if we can get Mario up in here. Yeah, man. That book, the Russian guy, um, that book is really good. Yasha Levine. I highly recommend that book. It changes the whole way you look at the internet. Surveillance Value, and it talks about the history of the internet and all the surveillance stuff on it. That if that was a guest on the show, and he's definitely worth having on. Oh, okay, here we go. First dude up in the cut.
What up? What up?
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up?
What's cracking?
Yo, oh wait, now everybody's popping in. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah,
okay, there we go. Yeah, it was the
There we
link that
go.
you sent earlier. I think I was on the wrong link.
Oh, so maybe that link was messed up. Maybe that's where our other guest is. I was wondering. Hold on. I'm sending people the wrong links.
Earlier, I think I was on the wrong.
Somebody's thing is too loud. I'm hearing like echo feedback.
That was me. I'll just turn it off right now.
Okay, cool.
What's going on, fellas?
Nothing much, man. Let me get Rich up in here.
Who?
No, it's he's on Twitter as Adidas Elitist, but he's always
Oh, okay. Yeah,
saying funny stuff in the chat. He's always saying funny stuff on Twitter.
Yeah, he used to follow me when I was on Twitter. He's been on Twitter for a long time.
Yeah, he's a funny dude. So I invited him on.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, your people are. Did y'all see the Charlamange thing with? Wait, someone's echoing. Where's the echo coming from? Is that you again, Mario?
Yeah, I just turned it down right now. I was just trying to see what I can do to keep along with the chat. So I got
that Joe Biden shit. That's hey man.
Yo, I'll be honest, man. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but
how bad could it be? We got Trump and the shit that he says. I mean, so
yeah, no, but I thought Charlamagne was gonna like troll him and a bunch of stuff, make dementia jokes or
yeah.
He had Elizabeth Warren on. He called her the new school Rachel Dolezal, and he's always like setting up people with trolling, but he tried to keep it kind of professional. Like Joe Biden, he was kind of smug and condescending the whole way through, but he could have gotten away with it until the last 45 seconds where he just stepped on the landmine. He just jumped face first. He did a belly flop right on the landmine.
Yeah, that shit was ridiculous. Well, I mean, as a black person, you just look at this. This is a shit show. You know what I'm saying? It's a circus. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I just say sit back and enjoy the show, man. Like you ain't getting nothing out of this shit.
Yeah, the old guard ain't gonna be able to get him out of that.
Nope.
And like I said, look, man, the reality of the situation for them is they have such a small margin for error because they need literally historic black turnout every single election for them in order them to win.
Yeah, they do.
Because they don't get the Latino vote in such large numbers like they get ours. They don't get the Asian vote, all these other groups. What is Latinos broke for Trump like 30% or something like that last time around. So they literally need 96, 97% of the black vote in order to stand a chance, man. And so if they even lose 2%, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a wrap. I think it's gonna be a wrap because just a lot of black people just look at it like, man, I don't even give a fuck. Like
real shit, real talk. It's like it's a lot of people that, in the real world I'm hearing talking like that, like not even online, just people in my personal circle, man. They just like, man, I don't even care.
And that's what counts, man. The real world is what counts for real. But I gotta say, iSound Info said how much worse does it need to be? And I'm not saying that it couldn't have been worse. This is as bad as it could be, but I'm saying honestly, you can't really blame Charlamagne that bad for this one. I mean, maybe he didn't prep him as good as he could or whatever, but Charlamagne was actually trying to give him outs, and this dude was just like Charlamagne was opening like the door, and Joe Biden was choosing the window each time. He was like, yo. Man. Here's the door to get out, and Joe Biden's like, "Oh, that's fine. I'll just take the window." We're only on the 25th floor.
Right? Yeah.
Real talk.
We're gonna dive out of off the 25th floor instead of taking the door.
Yeah. It's like, yo, like Joe, here's the staircase, and Biden's like, "Oh, I'll just jump through this fire right through the window." That's right. I don't need. stairs are for pussies, you know. So
right.
Yeah, Biden's a joke. Yeah.
yeah,
Biden's a joke, man.
but you know what I was gonna say about Charlamagne, right? I think Charlamagne kind of wanted to be kind of like a shill and a place where people come on to you know, build up their connection with the black community and stuff, but he can't do it right because either he trolls too hard, right, which is what he was doing before, or he did a 180, which is still bad for trolling. His new 180 is now I'm Mr. Black Agenda, and neither one of those things is good for trying to be like Joy. If you want to be like the hip hop Joy Reid, where people come to promote their brand, either one's not going to work. Like constantly trolling people or being Mr. Hardball. So I was thinking he should just embrace the villain role and just be Mr. Serious. You know, come on here and get through a grilling, you know, or something like that. But if he does that, then no one's going to want to come on. So it's a catch-22. I'm not sure what his brand should be.
Yeah, when you're married to that world, man, you know, you can only push it so far. You know what I'm saying?
Your world is whatever they say it is.
Yeah, you can only push it so far, man. They're gonna get your ass up out of there. You know. So.
You know the crazy thing about it was, you know, listening to that and then just looking at the whole thing from the outside. You know what I'm saying? Because I consider myself on the outside looking in. I mean, they can't even. The supporters can't even get on the right path. You know what I mean? Like they can't even say the right things, do the right things.
Look at T's picture.
I can't even see it. I'm frozen. I can't even see it. Is it me looking to the side?
Oh man, somebody got a screenshot that.
Oh man, there we go.
He was stuck doing the fish mouth.
That was hilarious. But they can't even look at Jamel Hill on Twitter. She just looks a mess.
Oh, Jamel Hill is, you know,
make the background a little smaller.
Somebody put this up. It says same guy. I sound info. He said, "See the God."
Well,
he said,
this is just a template for all the scholarships.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, I think I put this on mute, Mario. Mario's just having a conversation in the back. Yo, Mario, I put that on mute. But there we go.
It looks good. I like it. It looks real good.
Does Mario think he's on mute? What's going on?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think he thinks he's
how
on
many
mute.
How many are we giving out?
Yeah. Oh god, Mario thinks he's on mute. He's just talking.
Oh, it's $1,500 now.
I think I can mute him.
Hold on.
Yeah. Okay, I just muted him for a second. Yeah. So,
neighbor kids, man. Shit.
Okay, so I just muted him for a second.
And Ronnie.
He's still going. Take him off. See, the problem is when I mute him now, I can't.
He gonna say something crazy, but hand me that hemorrhoid cream over there.
Ronnie.
He's still going. I'll just maybe he can mute himself later. But yes, Isan Info was saying, "See the God is just trying to pivot." I think the show's interest in the black agenda is just performative.
Oh yeah,
but, you know, yeah, that's true. But I think the problem is like Charlamagne, he can't not make waves, so he can't just be the guy who just lays back and does nothing. So that's his problem. Like even though it's performative, he can't help himself. But performative or not, that's not going to get him to become like, you know, the people's choice for going on and getting softball, you know.
Because the problem is this: Charlamagne made his shtick of trolling and just being a fucking idiot. We're really keeping it real. Because he's got years of doing this. Before they were having political people going up there, we remember what he did with Fredro Starr and made the girl cry. Lil Mama made her cry and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of hard to take you serious.
Yeah, that thing he did with Lil Mama, that was
some bitch made shit. You
know what though? Let me say this though, Ken, about I'm gonna kind of get off on a side thing with her. I seen her do that very same thing to somebody else when she was the host of America's Best Dance Crew, and she kind of did some people real dirty like that. And I remember thinking about this was years before the whole thing with her going on stage with Jay and Alicia, then you know Charlamagne crowning her and her crying. There was this dance crew, man. She did them dudes so dirty on stage and got on there and clowned them, made them look bad. And I remember thinking to myself,
is this during her show, the one that
America's Best Dance Crew, yeah. Oh, okay. And I remember thinking at the time, like, man, that's gonna come back on her, man. That was kind of dirty. And then to see that happen years later, you know, just kind of like, whew, man.
My favorite was the one where she came on when Jay-Z and Alicia Keys just finished performing. Homegirl just popped up and did the stance.
She was bugging.
Yeah, that was a classic.
But I mean, literally everything she did to those dudes on that show, it came back. It came back on her, man.
It came back tenfold.
Yo, but I'm gonna tell you, man. So many of the usual suspects, the blue checks, they came through caping for Biden, and people were embarrassing themselves. Jamel Hill was one.
They look embarrassing.
They look embarrassing, and you're not gonna believe it. I found a picture of them at their last meeting. It was pretty crazy, right here, man. They just came out full force. That's what Twitter looks like right now,
bro. I'm not even on Twitter, but I just had to go over there to see, because I was like, man, I want to see what the fallout looked like. Man, Jamel Hill looks.
I had to see.
Yeah. Oh my God,
she looks so bad. Like, she looks astronomically bad. She's actually doing like performative stuff, like basically saying like he said something he didn't say. Like, oh, it was a joke. Like, what?
And these people can't live a minute without being up, going through some white man's pockets or having their hands out for somebody. Like, okay, I get it. You have nobody to chill for right now. Just lay in the cut for like 6 months and see if there's a more dignified chill to do. Like, but they can't just do that, man. They can't wait. It's like any chance they get to hop on somebody's bandwagon, they do it, because the problem is right now, there's two people that were a worst case scenario to win the Democratic primary for them. And that was Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, because neither of those people fuck with that crowd. Joe Biden, he uses the old school people. He doesn't go through this influencer academia crowd. Like, the black woman that he works with is this lady that was part of the Obama administration.
Mm-hmm.
He just hired her as a senior advisor, and she doesn't go through that influencer circle at all. She's not hanging out with that crew, kikiing and doing all that stupid nonsense. So they have no way in. So I think this is their audition. Like, they think maybe if whoever capes the loudest.
Yeah, in 20 years we'll remember them, and they'll be the old guard then. It's like, no, dude.
Yeah,
like,
no, not even 20 years. They're hoping in the next 20 minutes Joe Biden's going to hire them.
It ain't happening, dude. Joe Biden don't need them.
Yeah.
Joe Biden not only does Joe Biden not need them, I don't even know if Joe Biden really wants to win. You know what I'm saying? This is because, this motherfucker's like 130 years old, man. He don't need to win. But there's a lot of black people that think that if he wins, it's gonna be like Obama in office. Like, dude, you have no idea. You have no idea what the fuck's going on. Damn, where did T go? T booted himself out.
It's gonna be one of them aliens, one of those episodes, man.
Like when I used to have the Darth Vader voice.
Yeah.
I can see it's gonna be one of those episodes. Hey, did you watch that movie last night that I told you about?
Dude, I was trying to start watching it. I fell asleep, brother.
Oh man, bro,
yeah.
You got to watch that movie, man.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it as soon as we get done with this, man.
You're gonna be tripping when you watch that movie. You might have to watch it twice, because there's gonna be some shit that happens, and you can be like, wait a minute, but yeah, it's good, man. I actually was shocked how good it was because it wasn't on Netflix.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Yeah, my shit is janky today. I don't know what's going on. My internet's acting funny or something, but I'm back now. But yeah, I heard about that movie, man. Someone said the libs got him. That's right. Yeah. It's the Russians. The Russians hacked me, bro.
The libs hacked the champagne sharks.
Russian bots, man. That's what it is, man. Yeah. But what's the name of that movie again? Tell people the name of that movie. I was going to watch it tomorrow.
All Day and a Night. All Night and a Day. Called All Night and a Day. It's on Netflix.
Can you tell us about it without like giving spoilers, or is it?
So basically, it's the brother from Moonlight is in it. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy because I thought he was African. He's not African. He's actually from Carson of all places.
Where's Carson? I don't know where Carson is.
Southern California. It's in California.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a way I can tell you without giving it away.
Okay.
No. I'll do it. Okay. This is how I'll do it. This brother gets life in prison for murder, and he pretty much shows you how it happened. What led to it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've watched that. Yeah, I seen that. I saw that.
It?
That was with the brother. He was in
Oakland.
They said he was in Moonlight too, but
yeah,
I remember
he played the middle. He played the middle version of the character. And also
Equalizer Part 2 with Denzel, I think.
Yeah, he was in Equalizer Part 2. Yeah.
Okay, I saw that. I saw that a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He played RZA as well in the Wu-Tang show, which is pretty bad. But so yeah, he plays RZA. He plays RZA just like really weird. He plays RZA. He plays RZA like someone who's never ever seen the RZA before. Right. You know, like if RZA was an urban legend, or someone say, "Hey, do you want to actually talk to RZA before you play him?" And he's like, "Oh no, I'm good." this script is enough.
Oh, okay. I just got to rap. Okay.
yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
dark skinned brother to play RZA, huh?
Yeah. And he could have pulled it off because Denzel is a couple shades darker than Malcolm X, but he at least tried to get the mannerisms. Like this guy, if the look isn't bad enough, he doesn't even try to talk like RZA at all. He's just his own.
Yeah. So Mario, what did you, without giving away because T ain't seen it yet, but what did you think about that movie?
I thought it was okay. I'm not going to it was okay. It was better than Imperial Dreams to me.
Oh, okay.
That one. I
like that. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I spent a large part of it trying to figure out where it was going.
Right.
Then at the end, I was just like, oh, okay, it really ain't going nowhere. The point of is just to show from his perspective how he ended up where he ended up. It was kind of
that's what I was thinking too, because it's like it's not going anywhere, but really he ain't going nowhere. He doing life.
Right. So
you know what I'm saying?
And it did a good job, I think, of showing the circumstances of why he got it was somebody's debut, I think, and it was like a budget flick. And they were just trying to get their piece out there. So you got to kind of look at things for what they are.
What it
you know
is.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you got to kind of look at it for what it is. So from that perspective, I think they did a good job.
I want to talk about that Ving Rhames thing, Animal. Hello?
Mario still there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that ring. Oh yeah, so here comes Rich. Hey, what's going on, bro? How you feeling?
Yo, peace. What's the deal, yo?
What's up, fam?
How you feeling, man? How you
feeling, man?
Clean hairline, bro. How you got a clean hairline,
man? yeah. What's going on? Doing?
Yo, man, I'm getting
lined up, man. What's going on over there?
You got enough hairline for everybody on here, man.
Nah, brother, I'm getting old. I'm about to go your guys' route. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at my back, B. I was looking at my back. I'm like, shit, man, it looks like a fucking a patchy fucking just undergrowth over there. So I'm just probably gonna break down and
what you got? You got one of the hairline in the front and then the donut hole in the back.
It's getting there.
That's what was happening to me, man. I got a full lawn in the front and the back, man. The critters are like tearing apart the backyard. I don't know what's going on.
We had a little debate about that on this show a while back, where we were trying to figure out if it was better to start losing it up front first. Or in the back, you know what I'm saying? I just was like,
I think the front's the better, man. I think front's better.
Yeah, front is better because you come to grips with it easier.
Exactly,
you come to grips with it easier.
I don't know, man. It took me a while. I kept getting my barber kept disguising it for me.
Yeah, see, but that's the beauty of the front. With the front, at least you can disguise it.
This is getting ridiculous, man.
No. With the front, you get like an inch or two of real estate, and you can just kind of like Stephen A. Smith has been stretching his hairline for as long as you can get. But the donut, there is no cover up for that. Like what's someone gonna do? Like give you the Franciscus Monk special? You know, where you can't do that.
Yeah.
What's someone gonna do?
The Friar Tuck.
Yeah, you can't give you the Friar Tuck.
That's that Clyde Drexler shit right there.
Mm-hmm. That's that Clyde the Glide.
Yeah.
Hey, Rich, you in Phoenix, right?
Yeah, I'm in Phoenix, man.
Okay.
I've been here for 16 years.
Oh, okay,
16 years, man.
My folks, they've been down there for like 14 years. It's like 14 years.
Yeah.
My boy moved to just outside. What's that town just outside of Phoenix?
Scottsdale?
Avondale?
No. What'd you say?
Avondale?
No. Oh, God damn.
Chandler?
No, not
Goodyear?
It's like a little town.
Yuma.
Oh hell no! Go ahead, y'all. It'll come to me pretty soon. It'll come to me. It's like about 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
Yuma about as big as my bathroom.
Yeah.
It's like about 20, 30
That's a small
minutes
town.
outside of Phoenix.
Yeah, I love Phoenix, man. I loved it. I ain't gonna front. It's hot as fuck, but I love that shit.
Yeah.
It's a slept on town, you know. I think because I'm from New York originally. I'm from Mount Vernon, right? You know, so like moving out there, like the pace was slower. It was easy to get a job. Like cost of living was very, very good. It's changing now.
Right.
The city's getting gentrified like crazy.
Yeah.
But still you can still live out here, you know.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. I was thinking about, I flirted around with the idea of moving out there about 8 years ago. I was debating on either Arizona or Texas, and then we ended up leaning more toward Texas, but I ended up falling through. And I'm still thinking about Phoenix, man, or Arizona out that way. But I'm still, that's when people move to Phoenix, man, it kind of just does something to the brain. I don't know if it's
the sun.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
What does it do? What does it do? Let me know, because I know Vegas definitely does something to the brain. Anyone I know who's gone to Vegas doesn't do quite right after.
My boy lived out there, and he was living by himself for a long time, man. He just came back, and I don't know, it was just weird, man. Just our conversations was different. His humor was different. I'm just like, bro, what's going on with you, man? He was just kind of a little bit off. I'm like, damn, bro, what you got going on out there, man? I don't know.
I will say this, bro. Like, years ago, the black population used to stay south of the I-10 freeway.
Okay.
But years later, because of gentrification, and in a lot of ways, South Phoenix, where black people used to live, is going through a lot of what Los Angeles is going through now with the changing of like black population and more Hispanic population. So black people are moving out to the outskirts. So there isn't a lot of cohesive black community. There's some stuff, you go to different events. They have like little hip hop events, and like, back in the day, there used to be like a lot of little dusty like poetry spots and shit, the grown and sexy shit. Yeah. Motherfuckers smelling like sporting waves, doing poetry and shit. Like, what I'm saying? Like
smelling like Egyptian musk.
Yeah, pretty much. But if really, it's not really a cultural place. I think Phoenix is like a good place if you want to come and retire and stack up a bunch of bread. That's the reason I'm here. I came out here because my mom came out here. She retired as a nurse, and I kind of took care of her while she got ill. And it was kind of like a perfect storm for me because, the living was good and so forth. But if you move out here, it's very important for you to find some people that you click up with, you know what I'm saying, culturally, and just keep that bond, or else you're going to be on some crazy wild out shit if you don't. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, my mom been trying to get me to move out there for 10 years. She's been trying to get us to come out there. And when I went out there last year, what I wanted to see, and I wasn't there long enough to figure it out, but maybe you can explain this. The women and the cooperation from women out there. I didn't really get a chance to venture into that. And I mean, specifically with black women. I've seen a lot of black people out there, and I mainly saw them near, there's one soul food spot.
Mrs. White's, or
it was either Mrs. White's or it was something. It was like a cart.
Oh,
there's a barbershop over there. I knew it was a black barbershop because they had the door open. There was a fan, so them niggas didn't have no AC. Yeah, so they had the door open and just a fan going. I swear to God, it was 110 degrees that day.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, that's probably like Off the Hook or not Lolo's, but probably
Lolo's. It was over by Lolo's.
Yeah, Lolo's. Yeah. Lolo's. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the women, it's kind of crazy because like a lot of sisters out here, they're under the impression that, a lot of dudes, a lot of brothers really don't fuck with like black women. When there are brothers that really fuck with, black women and stuff like that. But I think what happens is that you got a lot of sisters that come from out of town who click up with a lot of bitter like sisters out here that are having problems. And then it becomes like, all niggas out here don't mess with, black women. And that's not necessarily the case, right? You know what I'm saying? But you can get some good cooperation if you were to move out there. You know what I'm saying? And you a new cat, you'll probably get a lot of cooperation. You know what I'm saying? Because
is it a small world in the black community out there? Is it one of those places where even though there's a lot of people, the black community is kind of a small world?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You can throw a stone and you know, hit somebody that you probably met like 7 years ago when you guys are in the same circles, going to the same outings, going to the same jazz spots or whatever. You know, it's just really, you know, not that big of a black community.
That's good and that's bad because like when I've lived in places like that, like when I used to live in Buffalo, it was like a small world for the black community. And if you get a good rep or a bad rep, either way, it's spread. So like, you know, if somebody got a bad rep, then they were just shot dating in the whole town in the black community, you know.
Yeah, that's how Mount Vernon and New Rochelle is. Like New Rochelle and Mount Vernon, like, you know, as big as they are, it's a small town. So a lot of motherfuckers know people from Mount Vernon, and likewise, people from New Rochelle know a lot of people from Mount Vernon. So if you have a problem with somebody, you know, it's not like you can hide out from somebody. Like you're gonna see that person at some point, you know, and that's how Phoenix is. You know,
that's what I feel. When I went through Scottsdale, I seen a lot of cheeks, but they just wasn't black ones. I went to a diamond. I'm dead ass. I went to a Diamondbacks.
I'm laughing at cheeks.
It was nice cheeks. They just wasn't black.
Yeah.
So I went to a Diamondbacks game. I seen a lot of cheeks, but it was more Hispanic than anything. Now I will say this: if you are into Hispanic women, find as Hispanic women down there.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
You
know what I'm saying? But as far as trying to find black people, I'm trying to think of what the name of the mall was, because you know there's like 9 different malls, but there's one mall that's real hood in Phoenix, and then there's the outlets.
Yeah, the real hood mall. You probably, well, I wouldn't call Arizona Mills hood, but
that's one of them. It was kind of dusty.
Yeah.
It was kind of dusty.
Yeah, you're probably thinking about Desert Sky Mall.
Desert Sky Mall, yes.
Yes,
it was dusty. I was like, okay, these niggas look familiar.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
but it was, you know, I could tell that everybody that was there was either coming from LA with warrants or Vegas or Portland with warrants. And
Chicago too.
Chicago,
Chicago, Milwaukee too. There's a lot of cats that, you know, are running from cases from Chicago, and
I said all the time, if you see a lot of black folks in Vegas or Phoenix, they coming from LA, Oakland,
Vegas has so many black people from LA with warrants. It's not even my car driver when I was taking a cab out there told me, because I saw this dude, and you know when you see somebody and you're like, okay, this dude probably has a body on him. Something's just not right. Like just got that energy to them. And my cab driver was like that, and he had like different tats and stuff. And he said, without explicitly saying it, like he kind of hinted that, you know, he kind of had to be here because he was like, yo, Vegas has its problems, but I stay out of trouble here and stuff. But he couldn't say too much because Vegas is messed up. Vegas, they have cameras in the cabs, and all of them, they're wired and mic'd up 24/7.
Yeah.
So he was kind of like trying to talk in like code, but he was like, I didn't choose. yeah, exactly. But it's working out. Did you guys see this that I have pulled up? This is from the Trump website. Trump put up on his website the same day it happened. You ain't black tea. The hashtag you ain't black Joe Biden.
Oh god.
And Trump is a master troll. But peep this ad that's right next to it. Let me make sure the sound is on. If the sound is off, just let me know. I think I put the sound on. But look at this ad that's on there.
Sleepy Joe.
Yeah.
Black voices for Trump. That's the best. Yo, Republicans love anytime a liberal messes up racially, even though they don't actually offer anything better, but they just so happy.
Love it. Like, see, we know y'all with us too. Y'all racist too. Yeah, only racist.
Yo, what's up? Hold on.
Yeah, they don't really make the effort to kind of like counteract with something empathetic or, you know, racially sensitive. They just gloat at that. That's what I love. On our last video, someone put on the comments, I don't know how to even find the video. That's right, get off the plantation. And I'm like, y'all are still offering a plantation too. Like, I don't know what it is about the whole Democratic plantation phrase. I'm so sick of that phrase. Like you're a plantation too. You're not fooling anybody. You know, like
for another, get out of here.
Yeah.
They love that plantation phrase. That's the worst.
Yeah, that kind of like trivializes like slavery, right? You know, because just because you don't have my same, you know, ideology, like you're on a plantation, you must be enslaved. You know what I'm saying? And when you ask like that comes out of like a lot of the Black conservative camps. And when you ask them what their political framework is, a lot of these dudes like don't have an answer for it. You know what I'm saying? They don't have an answer for what their political framowork is.
Oh wait, did the video have no sound?
I couldn't hear it, but I can hear
it. I can hear.
Yeah. You should have told me because you got to hear the sound of that thing. Hold on, let me play it one more time because the sound makes the video. That's my
Jim
fault.
Crow Joe. I like that. Jim Crow Joe.
Jim Crow Joe.
Yeah.
No, y'all got to hear the sound on this bad boy.
Yeah, bro.
We're gonna be finding these.
You have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black. If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black, and you ain't black.
And you ain't black.
Yo, the way they slow it down is that you ain't black.
Black voices.
Oh my god,
that's hilarious, man. That right there, that's why I can't wait till the election so I can just see the bullshit. I gotta see it.
Yeah.
You know what's sad though, man? In reality, dude, this dude is not clearly his mental faculties are not the wrong way. Yeah. That's a sad situation for him, man. He's just, and it's a sad situation for the country that how low are we that somebody that's clearly at a reduced mental capacity is gonna have a chance. Well, some people would say Trump is at a reduced mental capacity too, but be that as it may. I mean, it's a scary world, man. Biden to get in there and fall asleep at the wheel or whatever.
Trump is at a reduced mental capacity that somehow enhances his trolling. Like I don't know, somehow his dementia has made his trolling a superpower. Whereas Biden is declining in a different way. It's not working the same for Biden. I don't know why,
but they had to have known, like when you're dealing with somebody like Donald Trump, who's been in entertainment, and then you got to remember, we all around the same age. Y'all remember back in the day, Trump was always on the front of the Inquirer and all that crazy shit. So this motherfucker got material, dude. He got material. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I be laughing at these little celebrities. The Negroes loved Donald Trump before he was a Republican. I remember rappers used to name drop Trump in their rhymes and everything else,
and take pictures with him. Yeah, he used to go to Puffy's parties. He used to go to Puffy's Hampton parties.
They loved Donald Trump until they found out he was a damn Republican.
It was a status symbol. It was a status symbol to be with Trump.
It was a saying out here on the West Coast. We remember they used to say Trump tight.
Yep, Trump tight. Yeah,
good. If it was popping, it was Trump tight. And
honestly, even after he started running as a Republican, I still think they didn't really care until he started being known as racist. Because I think people just still were entertained by him.
Well, I think a lot of people forgot about his racism. With the whole Central Park 5 and all that. I don't think people really remembered unless you lived in New York.
Yeah, that shit was bad, man.
Yeah.
That shit was really bad. I was very young when that happened, but from the shit that my pops told me, it was just, man, fuck this dude.
Yeah, it's very generational because a lot of people forgot about it, even in New York, who weren't of that generation, who missed the Central Park 5 thing. But peep this ad by the same people, man. Same people.
I just found out my boy is running for city council.
Corporation has put hundreds of thousands behind bars for minor offenses. Joe Biden wrote those laws.
Every major crime bill that's come out of this Congress has had the name Joe Biden on that bill. We do everything but hang people for jaywalking in this bill.
Joe Biden's policies destroy Black lives. Joe Biden may not remember, but we do.
Dude, you see the low key shade with the dementia?
Yeah,
Joe Biden may not remember. You see the shit?
He's such a troll. That is bad, man. I don't know what's worse because I remember when I was a kid. I don't remember what grade I was in when they did the whole Michael Dukakis shit.
Oh shit!
Like
yeah,
third grade, something like that.
Yeah,
this is gonna be worse than that.
Yeah, but that shade was amazing. Joe may not remember.
Yeah, man, that dude, man, this is gonna be bad, man. It's gonna be another 4 years of Trump.
They're gonna run those ads from now until November, man.
And he has so much material that he can go at. Someone put this, and this is true too. Terry Hines said, I saw a clip on Twitter going around, and I remember when this came out. This wasn't that long ago, actually. Joe Biden talking about going to black men and telling them it's not unmanly to wear a condom. And this is where they really made a mistake. The Democrats, because they're so afraid of Trump not winning, everyone's gone really softball on Biden throughout this whole primary process. So a lot of times, if you put out the bad stuff up front, people get used to it by the time the real deal comes. But people are going to be seeing and hearing this stuff for the first time during the home stretch. And he's not battle tested. They've been handling him with kid gloves the whole time because they're so afraid of damaging him at all.
They think that the Democrats really do believe that this is going to be like a fake karate movie, but they're going to get in the ring. It's going to be like Deontay Wilder punching him in the head. Like this is going to be bloody, bro. This is going to be ugly. And I don't feel bad for them because the shit they've been doing time and time again, like they don't have anything else. I remember my dad told me this. He told me that when Barack Obama won, that the Republican Party was going to be dead for 25 years. I tried to call that nigga the other day. He won't answer the phone. He's not answering the phone. And I'm like, bro, you got that shit wrong.
No, it's a whole new generation of little bigot Republicans coming up out of here.
It's a wrap for Democrats, bro. It's over. They
done deal.
Great racists and say, fuck it. If you go run the race, run it right.
Rich, you put this up earlier. I thought this was funny. I'm just going all over the place of things that I wanted to talk about. But Rich predicted this. Rich said, how long is it before they blame black men for what Dosha Cat said? And sure enough, someone said that it was because of her dad.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, Dosha Cat is a mixed race woman raised by her white mother and abandoned by her black father. Are you surprised she hates niggas? And then So you called that one. You said like that was gonna come, and sure enough, that came. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the status of, I really don't even follow Dosha Cat. Bozo Cat. I just think, she's estranged from her father, but there's some news that came out that her father was in an interview and said that he's been trying to contact his daughter for like a long time, and it was an easy dump to kind of segue into that, just to, I guess, blame black men, right? Because black men are the easy scapegoats, right?
We're still... I also have a feeling about that. I think might have happened too, because I've known people this has happened to, like when I went to high school and they got with some weird white chick who turned out to be kind of racist, and they kind of got away from the girl because she had some kind of racist or weird vibes about her. But a lot of times, like that white girl, because they had kids, would turn the kid against the father, and I'm like, Dosha Cat had to get these fucked up racial views from somewhere, and I'm guessing it's got to be her mom. And if her mom, because Dosha Cat believes some really self-hating shit, like she hates being black. They found out all these things from her. I'm sure she got that from her mom, and I wouldn't be surprised if that had a role to do with the father.
And I hate to say this, man, but that shit happens more common in those families than people would like to believe. That shit happens a lot, especially even if the dad is around. The white side of the family hates the dad. That splits up the relationship between the mom and the dad. The mom is repeating vague shit that they say, and it fucks. I used to live next door to a girl. Her white side of her family was actually related to Jefferson Davis. So when she would go visit her family, and they lived in like Kentucky or some shit, and they were just, it was bad. And her dad would come over to her house all the time and come and get her son and come and hang out with her and everything, but she was just fucked up.
Yeah, like she's part of poison. Yeah,
she was poisoned, and it was bad. So you know, Doja Cat ain't getting no pass. You know what I'm saying? She a grown ass motherfucking woman. So all the stuff, and this is the thing though. She been doing this. This ain't new. Like she's been doing it. People know
she's going back to 2012, and she's been doing it up until May 16th. I put up earlier in the last clip. People put together that she was in these chat rooms like up until May 16th, like doing this stuff. People are even wondering. They had all these message boards things coming up, or someone said, "Hey, this chat that I'm in, Doja Cat popped up in there," and like she's famous and she's hanging out with these bozos and losers. Like that's the thing, man. When you have that internet addicted bozo vibe, like I was saying, anybody can have her, even if you're light skinned with a big ass. You can still be in that 4chan life, you know.
You know, she's in that life, right? And the thing about it is, like, she's so. This is how stupid she is. So she's addicted to the internet, but she hasn't been on Twitter in like a few days or something like that. Trust me, she's on Twitter.
She is.
Yeah. She's on Twitter. She's just not tweeting because she knows she's cooked. You know what I mean?
Yep.
People like her that are addicted to the internet, because she's when you're on a message board after message, all these different message boards, you're addicted. You can't get away from it. She's got burner accounts. She
was on Lipstick Alley last night on a burner account. Defending herself but pretending to be someone else, and they busted her. You know, and
it's over for her. RCA gonna drop her. She's done.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know she was even on RCA.
Yeah, she's on RCA. She's done. It's a wrap.
What was she saying on the burner account?
She was kind of defending, not herself, of course, but it was an account no one saw before, and was defending herself, pretending to be someone else. But at the same time, you know, it's a perfect example, right? It's like I'm pretending to be someone else, right? Like I'm not T, but you know, I show up to a girl, and I'm sitting on a table next to these two girls, and I got like you know, those Groucho Marx mustaches.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah. So I'm sitting at I'm sitting at a table next to these two chicks, and they're talking, and say like, you know, one of them saying, you know, that T guy, he's kind of good, but I don't really know about him. There's something funny style about him. And then I just interrupt like, well, I don't know T, but I heard he's got a big dick.
Right.
I wouldn't want to be next to him. A lot of girls said they couldn't take all that pleasure, but that's just me. But whatever y'all do, y'all want nothing to do with him, unless you love orgasms. You know,
right.
Stay away from that guy. You know, like her shit was like that. Her shit was like, I don't know about Doja Cat, but I think she's probably misunderstood, and you know, she kept like giving away stuff. Like she probably just really likes white dick, and she was still couldn't help kind of trolling.
A mental illness. She has a mental illness.
A mental illness. Even in the charade, she couldn't help. You know what I call that? And 4chan people have this badly in general. I call it Riddleritis, right? Because remember, the Riddler is a Batman villain who he has a mental compulsion where they say he could be like the best supervillain of all time. This is within the story of Batman,
but he sabotages himself every time.
Yeah, he has this compulsion where he has to leave riddles because he likes the game of trolling Batman. So he has a compulsion. He can't do crimes without leaving riddles. And 4chan people have that all the time. They always want to leave little clues. You know, that's what that OK sign is, why they keep blowing up their own careers, because they always gotta do something to try to like signal a code. They like the idea of getting over on people. And
because at the end of the day, a lot of those people want attention, because those people, you know, they've been stuck on the internet. And you know, I was thinking of something.
Two things: attention and childishness.
Yes. Yeah. If you remember back in the day, the kids, you know, all of us probably had some type of time when we were popular, or at least in our neighborhood. Remember the kids that played Dungeons and Dragons up in the treehouse? They, you know, but they were in their own world. Like they didn't want your attention. They were doing their own thing. These people are different. These motherfuckers want attention, and the only way they can get it is by doing this kind of stuff, because they never could. You know, this when you peel the onion layers back to these people, you're gonna find some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find some messed up stuff.
Traumatic shit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they can't help it. You know what I mean? Like you said, it's like the Riddler. They just can't help it that, you know, like those people doing the OK sign, they could have easily just been a racist and infiltrated certain systems and navigated and got money. No, they got to just blow the whole shit up in their face, and then when it's all said and done, at least I can go back to the message boards.
There was one guy who was trying to like concern troll me on Twitter, but because I used to like hate read a lot of those 4chan boards, and I used to like see those sites, I kind of knew some of the codes. So the guy's name was Nick Digger, and Nick Digger, if you switch the N and the D, it's like a code for nigger dick, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, why is your name Nick Digger? And he's like, what do you mean? He goes, you know what I mean? Like, if you switch the N to D, he goes, no, that's just an honest name, that's my name. Like, your name is not Nick Digger, but
like I Sound Info said, what's the use of being snarky and edgy if no one knows you're doing it? Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. But the other thing is because they think black people are so stupid and stuff, they think only the vaulted white race of 4chaners will be able to see through this code. So they think no one else can see it because they think that they're the master race from the basement.
Some of the stupidest people I've ever seen in my life, man. Like,
stupid as hell.
They are.
This also started on YouTube too. You know what I mean? Like when YouTube first came out, you found a lot of these people, and I used to tell people all the time, if you want to know what race relations are like, go to a Rodney King video. Just go to either LA Riots or Rodney King video, and you'll find out everything you need.
A good one too was that epic bus man. Remember the epic beard man in the bus? Like racists really love that video. That thing is like one of the Hall of Fame.
They're all like, yeah, brother, beat him up. Nick
Digger is not even like pig Latin. Like it's lower than that as far as like creativity, And this dude really thought he was doing something.
They think, that nigger, the nigger's brain is like a monkey. He doesn't understand. He won't get it.
You won't see through
IQ. The one thing that like when you're dealing with like a racist troll is that they always come back to IQ. They always bring an IQ. If you think somebody
FBI statistics, they're gonna come with the FBI statistics.
I mean, it's 13% of the population commits 90% of the crime. But it's like that's not even mathematically possible. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But the other thing is too, that survey it's actually a survey. It's not an actual statistic thing. If you look at the methodology of it. Like, especially for the sex stuff, they actually asked like 15 people for the sex thing. And I've shown it to them, and they're like, oh, okay, well, they should do something else. Like they don't really care about that.
It's also conflating two different data sets, which is a no-no in any type of statistics. That's basic statistics will tell you cannot conflate two data sets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're taking general population statistics with finalized crime statistics, that two totally different things. But they don't understand it, man. They just,
they don't want to understand.
They got nigger on the brain. They can't help it, man.
I said to my boy, he's a white dude, man. This dude, I've been knowing this dude for years. It's my boy, you know what I'm saying? But you guys know how I am. I could be a dickhead sometimes. So one day I was over at his house, and I was like, his name is Rick. I was like, Rick, tell the truth. When you around your family, they talk about black people for no fucking reason, huh? He looked at me. He just started laughing. I said, you got family members. I said, you got family members that talk about black folks for no reason. They'll just start talking about black people. He's like, yeah, that is true, man. I was like, man, why?
It's hard to even lie about that with a straight face. You know?
He couldn't even lie. He tried to. He does the. I don't even call him a white liberal. He just one of those people that he just don't give a fuck. So he was like, I try to just like not even interact with those people. I was like, yeah, but you're not doing your job, man. I'm not telling you got to teach them people, but you got to at least clown them. You got to clown them people. You know what I mean? Because I told him, I said, dude, I know they do. And he said, well, why do you think like that? I said, I don't think like anything. I said, I live in a system of white supremacy and racism. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't I think like that? That's I'm asking you this. Why aren't you thinking like that?
True. Very true.
People this because I want to start going through all the blue checks saying they're crazy stuff. So I'm just pulling up people. I don't know who this guy is, but he does something with sports. His name is Mike Hill. But he's got a blue check, which doesn't really mean anything these days. And his bio says, I'll never just stick to sports because I'm more than a sportscaster. I'm a broadcaster, a dad, a vet, and U.S. citizen. I'll never limit myself, and neither should you. So with a bio like that, you know it's going to be good because he's doing way too much. And he's a black guy.
He's a black dude.
He's a black dude. I mean, he's got 78,000 followers, so he's got some kind of following.
Oh, he works for ESPN. I know exactly who he is. He's from Brooklyn. He's from New York.
Oh God, another New York L. Oh
yeah,
another L from New York.
Damn.
We have so many. I guess we gotta get used to it, man. That's just the New York way now.
We got Stephen A. Smith. We got this cat probably.
And you know what's funny is that Mike Hill is good on TV. If you guys hear his voice, you know exactly who he is.
Oh, okay.
He's good on TV. This I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is him.
Hold on. Let me take a look.
You can blow his picture up.
He looks familiar to me.
Yeah. That's him.
Yeah. I've seen him. He looks familiar.
I don't know why he said that.
But this is what he said. Biden was joking. Shit wasn't funny, but it was a joke. Jeez. I'll say it this way. If you are black and that comment alone sways your vote from Biden to the other guy, you'll still be black, but you'll also be dumb as hell at me. And it's like, okay, why does everything either or? Like, I either have to swallow all the shit Biden says or I got to vote for Trump. There's a chance. There's just such a thing as staying home. Fuck it.
Well, if I just don't want to, I mean, it's almost like you either going to leave the plantation and go to sharecropping or you going back to the plantation.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And this guy, Jocko Sims. This guy, Jocko Sims, is an actor. I've seen him on the show New Amsterdam. He's like, agreed. People are so damn stupid, man. I'm losing it. And I'm like, who are they doing this for? Like all this extra stuff, these blue checks are just going so over the top with the drama.
And what he doesn't realize is that, and I'm not trying to pivot to another topic, but what he doesn't realize is,
if you want to, you can. I don't care.
I'm just saying he's proving what everybody knows about ESPN. They're not real journalists.
Right.
It's propaganda. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, if you work for ESPN or if you're any type of journalist of that, you shouldn't be saying shit.
No, you shouldn't at all.
Especially not in that vein. You know what I'm saying? So he's just letting us know right now, man, you can't believe nothing they say on that channel, man. Nothing.
Oh, and something even worse. Peep this. This is where you know it's bad, right? This is how you know it's bad. Somebody with the Patriots icon said this. This is somebody with the old school Patriots symbol, not even the new one.
And hiking the ball.
yes. Let me see if I can enlarge it real quick. But I want to show you the profile, right? He goes, I asked what my government can do for me. And he's got the old icon. You see it there. Yeah. He's got that, right?
Okay. Okay.
Yep. And even he says, white person responding. So take it for what it's worth. The issue with the comment wasn't the whataboutism of Trump versus Biden. It was that Joe thinks the race of people should all believe one political ideology. And it's like, fuck. When someone like that has the more racially aware response than you, man, you've lost the plot.
So I'm surprised that person said that.
Yeah, and he's a hardcore Patriots fan. And even he was like, why can't you see why this is fucked up?
Yeah, you're playing dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you're not even being for real. You're playing dumb. You know,
the minute someone like that is correcting me on race politics and they're right, I really have to rethink my whole life.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So many of what's going on nowadays, man. This is my personal opinion, man. I think like collectively as Black people, we have just fallen out of like respecting our true scholars, right? We have these celebrities that have an opinion and they're driving the discourse, and we have these town hall meetings, and it's like, I'm not seeing Dr. Carr there. I'm not seeing Tommy Curry in these discussions. And so the discourse is all fucked up because you have people that are engaged in pop politics, pop theory, all this stuff, and they really don't know anything. So it's like, vote for Democrats, you know what I'm saying? And that's the end all be all, you know what I mean? Or vice versa,
Or if they're into academic stuff, they're into like that weird stuff that's influenced by like Michel Foucault, that stuff with black bodies and Judith Butler with like all this gender theory. Like it's either pop fluff stuff or it's hard stuff, but it's stuff not really made by Black people for Black people, or it's made by Black people who buy a little too hard into.
There's too much division. There's too much division in the academic world anyway. So if somebody like Tommy Curry comes up, then they're gonna shift to, you need to listen to Black women. You're like, wait a minute, wait.
Yeah, they won't fuck.
We're in a beef. Which one?
Yeah, they won't fuck with Tommy Curry, but they'll have actually I'll let y'all talk, but I'm gonna look for an example just to
Yeah, he said Mark
back up.
Lamont is fucking up the game. Well, yeah, he's one of those goofy Greek dudes. So yeah, he's always saying something corny anyway. He don't know what side he want to be on.
Mark Lamont's the worst because he tries to have it both ways. Because Mark Lamont started off yesterday saying, "Yo, this is fucked up with Joe Biden and stuff," and he was sticking to his guns. And today he's like, "Well, Joe Biden apologized. It's all good." It's like, oh, I can't even give you respect for like 10 seconds before you fuck it up.
Right.
Yeah, the more likely than not, Mark Lamont Hill has a relative. Like I'm sure, like a lot of us have relatives and cousins that are doing Mandela years over these Biden laws. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's so funny to me, man. Like these people, and then really what they're doing is they're campaigning for limelight and jobs and things of that.
That's Michael Eric Dyson. Michael Eric Dyson's brother doing life.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me, man. That's wild, yo. I didn't even know that, man. That's
brother doing life for murder or something, and he does all of that performative. At one time, I was rocking with Michael Eric. This was when I was an undergrad. I was rocking with him, and then I was like, "Oh, okay, I see what this Negro doing." You know, he gonna rap his way into politics. You know, he rap everything. You know what I'm saying? And everything he says is a rap song. I'm like, you know, I can't rock with him no more because you know when our first of all. Our black intellectuals are not like they're scholars, but I don't look at them like. Remember how back in the day you could turn on BET and you see Ivan Van Sertima and I mean all kinds of black folks just talking heavy game. Yeah, they're not like that no more because they're trying to get next to rappers and all these other people, and it's like, why you want to stand next to these motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying? Don't y'all want legitimacy?
Yeah. And Michael Eric Dyson, man, he kind of like, you know, now that I see everything that's what his game is, you're right. He does rap. He sounds like the Fooshnickers pretty much, you know, when he says stuff, you know, and I thought it was cool that he did the little Nas thing and everything. But at the same time, like some of the stuff that he says, I'm like, that's not really right and exact, man. Like really, you know, and how is that gonna help working class and regular class, like black folks? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Somebody said that our academics don't really get along, but to be honest, I think it's the opposite. Like back in the days, the mainstream black academics did not get along at all, but there was a space for all of them in the main space. So you would have like panels where it's like Malcolm X, A. Philip Randolph, and a bunch of other people on the same panel arguing it out. When do you ever see that nowadays? Like now, now all the blue checks are it's a mutual appreciation society, a giant circle jerk. You know, like a Tommy Curry will never be on a panel or you know, alongside a Roxanne Gay or something on NBC. It's not gonna happen. Like I think we actually need more disagreement. Like people should disagree and be up in each other's face on TV all the time, arguing it out. James Baldwin had a debate with Malcolm X on national TV and stuff. Nowadays, everything is just a love fest. Everyone wants to promote each other's books because they're all shills. They're all shills.
If you disagree, you're going to get labeled an assortment of things from misogynistic, anti-gay. You're going to be called anti-woman. You're going to be called hotep. You're going to be called everything, just not because your talking points is not on point. It's because you don't agree.
Yeah, exactly. If anything, the fact that your talking points are on point is even more reason not to keep you on. If you could disagree with them or be a buffoon, then maybe they'll have you on then just to you know, add to the narrative of how messed up.
Like when they had, I saw on Instagram, Diddy. This is when the coronavirus first started popping up, and Diddy was doing some type of talk about black health or whatever. I think we talked about this. He was doing something about black health. He had on a doctor, a civil rights activist, and like somebody from the entertainment world. And I was like, wait a minute, that don't even make sense. You got a person that knows some shit, some person that don't know shit, and some person that don't want to know shit. Okay, this ain't making no sense. Okay, why are you conflating all these talking points? If you're gonna have a doctor on, have the doctor on, but don't have the doctor on talking to little Uzi Vert.
Yeah, and everybody's like a friend. Like they have different jobs, but they all think the same, and they're all just promoting each other's brands. And even when it's a different political thing, like they had T.I. and Candace Owen, all those people are just of the kind of grifter class. Even if one is technically a liberal, one is technically a conservative, you know, they're all just trying to get together. But peep this. I found this the other day, right? And it's old panel discussion. I think it's from the 80s. And I'm just gonna play just like a couple seconds of it. But it's Black Power, a discussion on the condition of the Black community.
That would be like 1991, 92.
Yeah, this is something you don't see anymore, but take a look at it.
In the civil rights movement. As moderator of the panel, I put the first question to him. Unfocused. Last week, 7 African-American writers came together at a forum sponsored by the Knopf Publishing Group. They were Derek Bell, author of Faces at the Bottom of the Prevalence of Racism. Elaine Brown, author of A Taste of Power, A Black Woman's Story.
She'd be replaced by Roxanne Gay today.
Author of Notes of a Hanging
He'd be T.I.
1979 to 1989. Ralph Ellison, author of Invisible
Ralph
Man.
fucking Ellison.
John
Ralph
Edgar
Ellison.
Weideman, author of Philadelphia Fire. Patricia Williams, author of The Alchemy of Race and Rights. And Kwame Ture, who co-authored Black Power, The Politics of Liberation.
Can you imagine a panel like this today? If PBS had a panel like this today, it would be Roxanne Gay, Damon Young from Very Smart Brothers, Diddy. And if you watch this thing, it's like about 20 minutes. They go in heavy and they start arguing with each other, like Elaine Brown and Kwame Ture. But you know what's crazy? They argue with each other, but then they laugh it off later because they like, because iron sharpens iron. They kind of realize, like, you know, by us doing this, we kind of help each other sharpen. And there's a Nikki Giovanni, James Baldwin thing on the YouTube. If you look at that one, they kind of get into it too, but they get friends after. We live in this era now where if somebody disagrees with you, you would fight to keep them from being on a panel with you. You'd be like, I'm not gonna come on if that hotep's coming on. You block people right away. You know, as soon as they say something you don't like, all you care about is doing panels with your friends. You don't challenge each other. You all just yas each other all day long. Yas.
With black people, see, you're not gonna see that when Tim Russert was alive on Meet the Press. You wasn't gonna see none of that there.
Yeah,
but you'll see that with us though. They just it's almost like you go to the circus, they got the little clown car and 30 clowns get out. That's what it's like when you got black people. You know what I'm saying? They just let anybody in the motherfucker and let them out. You know?
Yeah, but I swear this
plus
is really...
people aren't doing the scholarship. They don't have anything to stand on.
Right.
Yeah, they don't have anything to stand on.
Yeah, they have nothing to stand on.
And you would never see their influence. That's it.
Yeah. If anything, you know what? I'm gonna put the term Black Panel now and just see what recent examples are. I put like Black Panel PBS where you guys talk and just see what examples they have. I bet it'll look nothing.
D-Ray.
Yeah, it'll be D-Ray.
Alicia Garza.
It's gonna be Alicia Garza, D-Ray, IG model. And you know, it's gonna be one of the IG models that got the crystals and the astrology and all that kind of shit. You know, so they ain't even got the respect to go get Erykah Badu, who, if you really look into Erykah Badu, she's not no dummy. You know what I'm saying? She's pretty goddamn intelligent. They ain't even gonna go get her because she gonna say something where they gonna be like, "Oh, you're whatever." You know what I'm saying? You're a misogynist or whatever. Because remember what she said about girls dressing a certain way going to school? They got mad at her about that.
Angela Rye will be on it.
A lot of brothers like Erykah Badu, so
yep, exactly.
They hate if we like them, they hate them.
Yep. Angela Rye would be on the panel probably.
What's this thing, y'all? I wanted to get you guys' perspective on something. What's this whole thing about? What I noticed with like a lot of these girls, and I'm glad, Kenny, that you brought up like spiritual Twitter, core Twitter, right? You know, but
Herbal Twitter.
There seems to be this notion where, like, and I'll just call it like sexual degeneracy, right? You just do the most dustiest and like dirty mackin type stuff, and it seems like it's an emancipatory thing for a lot of these chicks, right? You know what I'm saying? Are you being able, like, when we had the slut walk type of thing or whatever, people will have their opinion on that.
Yeah.
But it's like you're talking about that, but you're not talking about, you know, improving wages for women. You're not talking about, you know, like medical conditions for women, because women go through a lot of shit with like pregnancy and getting health services. But you're doing all this crazy shit and you feel like you're a revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you being a revolutionary is just something like a shirt that you put on. Like
sex for some reason being sexually depraved is the new forward-thinking wokeness, but they only like it because they know it creeps out a lot of other black people, and these people put so much stock in thinking of their own race and their parents and their people as somehow holding them back from like they think everything that the black people they grew up with are into is holding them back. Like they were the special snowflakes, you know, growing up. They always thought they were better than other black people. So that they just want to try anything so long as it looks like other black people aren't with it. And
like Afropunk.
Yeah, like Afropunk is a perfect example, you know. So then they'll be going around just getting used up for gutter sex by non-black people and thinking they're striking a blow against you know, black patriarchy and stuff like that. And then in like 5 years they'll be complaining and writing think pieces about I'm tired of being your Jezebel, you know. Treat me right.
And there's also a sub-segment of our community that just for whatever reason they thrive on doing these little bastardized versions of things that liberal whites did years ago.
Yeah.
You know, they had the sexual revolution back in the 60s and shit like that. And so now, you know, some of these subsets in our community are getting into that whole sexual revolution thing now. You had what was that other thing that they're trying? I hate when I had these brain freezes, man. I was taking it somewhere, then I forgot what the hell.
You were talking about how they're late to the party with a lot of these sexual revolution stuffs, and they make that into their kind of politics. I think you were
right. That's one of the examples, but it was something else that they were doing. Oh, there we go. With the whole advent of black feminism as it's done today, you know, with the whole holla back type thing, with them talking about street harassment, and then with them
here's a good one, BDSM. That's another one.
That's another big
BDSM.
Yeah.
Somebody think getting tied up, getting your ass beat is like revolutionary.
Right. And so they're into all these different things that white liberal women have done years ago, and they're trying to implement these bastardized versions of those things into our community, and it just doesn't fit. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the things that they get away with doing, we can't. It's
not going to work out, because this is what's going to happen. You can go out there and do all that. You know, I ain't a hoe hater. You know what I'm saying? Just get some money while you're doing it. But if you're going to go out there doing all that hoeing and doing all that weirdo shit, this is what's going to happen. When you start having kids, here come the white supremacists saying, oh, look at you kids having kids out of wedlock. You know, fatherless homes. So now you done been, as much as you don't want to be connected to black folks, they're going to shove your ass right back into the nigga box. You don't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when you look at the people, like there was a sister on Instagram and she did a video. I can't remember her name, but she was talking about how celebrities got all these women out here, and she didn't say black, but she just said women, period. You know what I'm saying? Dressing a certain kind of way. And, you know, you got Beyonce and Alicia Keys making songs about how much they hate dudes and all that, but they married.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you look at a lot of these women they get in relatively stable relationships. I mean, I think Meg Thee Stallion is with some dude right now, but a lot of these women are out here trying to implement that. A lot of people were saying that dudes don't. I remember that debate people were having a few months back where they were talking. It might have been a year or so ago. People were talking about men don't like Rhapsody and people like that. Rhapsody,
that's some bullshit.
That. And then we was like, nah. Y'all don't like Rhapsody.
They don't like Rhapsody.
Y'all like Meg and Nicki and what's the other girl? The one with Offset. I can't think of her damn name right now.
Cardi B.
Y'all prop them up. That's not dudes bumping
That's true.
Meg Thee Stallion. Meg Thee Stallion's biggest fan base is women.
Yep. Yeah. You know, the crazy thing about it is, like, when you look at how a lot of dudes, you know, back in the day, everybody was hating on gangster rap. You know what I mean? And people was like, man, it's destructive. There was always going to be a voice where people said, yeah, but we know it's not real. We know it's not we know it's just entertainment. But when it comes to the Meg Thee Stallions and the Cardi B's and all of that, they're not saying this is just entertainment. They're saying we should be able to do this. And wait a minute. So you're basically telling us that you're going to live what they rap about?
Right.
Like, you're out of your mind. Like, you don't get it. You know what I mean? And that's how you know it's not dudes that are propping up the Meg Thee Stallions and the Cardi B's. And Meg Thee Stallion can rap. but dudes like Rhapsody because she can rap.
Right.
I like all
Dude,
that.
yeah. I like looking at Meg Thee Stallion. I just don't care what she's talking about. And the thing about it is, I know she can rap. She really can rap. She just don't rap about shit.
Yeah, a subject matter gets really annoying. And you know, it's funny. So I said it to some girl, like, I just want to hear her talking about her pussy all day long.
Yeah.
And someone's like, oh, yeah, so, well, what, you like when guys do it? I'm like, no, I hate that too. I didn't like
I don't want to hear that either. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I used to hate that. Like, I used to
never liked that shit.
Yeah. I don't want to hear a guy rap. Like, you know where I liked rapping back in the days was AMG, and he has some good songs. But when I tried his album and he talked too much about, like,
that's all he was talking about,
Too Short, like same thing with Too Short.
Yeah, Too
After
Short.
a while, you're like, okay, all right, you pimping, you got getting a lot of pussy. Okay, all right.
Yeah. I don't mind doing a compilation, but I ain't trying to hear a whole album of you talking about all the chicks you're pimping. You know, I'm tired of that.
Right.
Yeah. So it's the same thing. Same with Meg Thee Stallion. It's not because of her gender. I don't want to hear anybody talk about that.
No, that's what killed Little Kim's career.
Yeah.
She didn't have nothing else to talk about.
Yeah. And she had good skills too. That's the sad
part.
She
got skills. Yeah. She got skills.
She just she had some other stuff going on with her psychologically too.
Right. Foxy never went that route.
Yeah.
And Foxy could spit.
Foxy ended up going deaf after a while.
Yeah, she kind of had some mental stuff going on too.
Yeah. Foxy had a different problem because she just didn't do. Little Kim did better music, but the subject matter was monotonous. I tried Foxy's album, and it was like only two good. That's one of those albums where you with the skip button gets a lot of play. I was.
How come dudes like Lauryn Hill?
Yeah.
You go to a Lauryn Hill show, you're gonna see just as many dudes there as you do women.
It's one of the last albums that was a real iconic classic. Nothing to fast forward. You can play it today, and it still plays. Like Beyonce Lemonade has ages like yogurt in the sun. That thing is not good music.
It's funny. 98, 99. There was some great music that came out.
Oh, hell yeah.
That time frame, man. You had Lauryn Hill's album. You had Missy. You had Carlos Santana when he dropped Supernatural.
Yep.
That was a couple other albums. I remember seeing a meme and they had everything that dropped from that in that time frame, and it was just like nothing but just classic albums.
Yeah, nobody said that I'm only gonna listen to this because you're a woman. Like people thought Missy was dope. She had the best videos on MTV and BET. Yeah, hands down. Yeah. She had the best. Her and Busta Rhymes had the best videos on MTV BET because that was around the Hype Williams era. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's like you had something you can attach to. You could like it for. It didn't have really anything to do with the artist. You know what I'm saying? You just liked it.
But back to what you were talking about earlier, man, with the whole sexual revolution thing. I think that's a part of it, and I just think that it's them kind of late to the party, and it's also as a partial response to misogyny of hip hop during the 90s or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes were talking about, bitches and hoes and this, that, and the other back in the day. So I guess a lot of them feel like now's their chance to kind of reverse it or something. Because if you notice the vernacular that a lot of these women use now, it's the same type of vernacular that dudes were using back in the day.
Yeah.
Give some head. They call it bitch.
Suck my dick.
Suck like bitch, calling dudes bitches and all. I'm like, wait, what? Wait a minute. That's not gonna work, man. So I just think they see it as a form of empowerment. And unfortunately for us as a community, it's coming at a time where it's actually detrimental to our growth as a community. But you have that certain offset of our community of Black women who are they finna go out and strike out for themselves. They're trying to create a demographic for themselves outside of the greater community. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so these are the things that we're going to be seeing as a result of that, man. Sad.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
I was trying to look for the best example I could think of a recent panel, right? And this was from 2010. This is pre-Black Lives Matter millennial. Because I feel like getting a millennial panel would be too easy punch down job. Like we know that would be a joke. It would be D-Ray, LMFAO, and who knows what else. LMFAO would be on a post millennial one,
and then Cornell, then throw some Cornell West in there for seasoning.
Yeah, exactly, or Michael Eric Dyson. So I found this one, and this one 2010.
I remember this.
It's called We Count.
Yeah.
And to their credit, they put Farrakhan on there, but it's like Farrakhan, Cornel West. I saw.
Yeah, Tavis Smiley is hosting. I'm guessing.
Yeah, Tavis Smiley is hosting.
Because even though he was,
but you know what? But you know what was up with this? They didn't like this because Farrakhan was going in on Barack.
Oh yeah, I heard about it. So Farrakhan was there. I'm trying to get a shot of the table. My computer's like acting really slow and janky. I don't know what's going on. But Dyson is there. Farrakhan is there. Here's a shot of the table, and I see Cornel West in the corner. Cornel West is there. A lot of people I don't recognize, and Jesse Jackson's there. But most of the stuff is kind of lightweight. You know, they're not really going in. But
well, you know, this I have a I didn't want to cut you off, but I have a theory of why it's kind of lightweight, because there should have been another generation of people stepping up, carrying the mantle of some real harsh game. These people should not be the ones still talking. How old is Farrakhan? 83, 84?
No, but if you do come about giving real hard game now, they're not going to let you in the door. That's the problem.
No. I understand, but what I'm saying is when you're talking about passing the baton from those people, Cornel West and Michael Eric Dyson, who's probably 70 now, and Farrakhan, who's almost 90. We should have had another generation of people, the Chuck D's and all the, and Chuck D is a smart brother, but the hip hop generation should have been able to construct a way that the scholars,
apprentices,
to get to the next level instead of trying to reach back to our great grandparents.
But this is where I disagree. I think that there are people who are really sharp. They're never going to get on PBS for these things because white people are different now. White people were a little bit weirder back in the days. White people would just try shit. Like white people used to let Malcolm X come on and just call them devils, and they would just be like, "That's interesting, Mr. X." You know. Now they just want total sycophants. They want the guy that slave play. They want Roxanne Gay. They want Issa Rae. Like they want lightweight people just gonna tell them, "Hey, we want to have sex with you." That's it. Like look at this one. This program
that's a stark reality, T.
Yeah, that's all they want. Peep this one. I'm gonna put this one around. This one on PBS in the 60s. You would never see this today. PBS being the same network that had that one I just showed, right?
Yeah.
Right. So they had this panel. A show called Open Mind, right?
At race relations in America.
Are you guys able to hear it?
Follows.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay,
Of
I'm gonna
course,
enlarge it.
when Malcolm and the others first explored the subject with me, it was still weeks.
Okay, here we go. My thing is janky as hell today, man. I don't know what's going on.
It says now.
Okay,
It says all.
here we go.
It says enough.
This white guy is
The
hosting
words,
Malcolm
the
X,
angry eyes and the heavy
James
hearts are
James
reflections of
Farmer,
a vast and
Wyatt T.
perpetually
Walker,
explosive emotional
and
upheaval in the ghettos of America. The upheaval expresses itself on one level in a growing mood of defiance and despair. In go-for-broke demonstrations in Mississippi.
now
and
you hear what he's
Alabama,
talking about? He's
and
talking about real
spasmodic
shit. The
protests
ghettos,
in
Mississippi, riots.
On another level, the upheaval takes the form of massive disaffection and a growing mood for blackness. However expressed, the mood and its manifestations are moving Negro Americans to a fateful eyeball-to-eyeball confrontation with Jim Crow.
No white person will talk about
The
this
quest
today.
for equality is a human, not a racial problem. It is the white man's problem as much as it is the Negro's. At this moment in time and space, however, it seemed appropriate to bring together a few of those Negroes who have approached the theme of equality from a variety of experiences and points of view.
Okay, so he's going to introduce
Let me
them.
then introduce my guests. First, Wyatt T. Walker, Chief of Staff of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference and Executive Assistant to the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King.
So this is Martin Luther King's right-hand man.
New York editor of Ebony Magazine.
And he was there to represent the bougie
Malcolm
side.
X,
Right.
Minister of Mosque Number 7 here in New York City, a leader in the Black Muslim Organization. And James Farmer, National Director of CORE, the Congress of Racial Equality.
And these guys did not agree with each other. Like this thing gets really testy at some points. And the second to last guy was like kind of like the bougie Ebony Magazine type of guy, you know. And then there's Malcolm X. Then there's a guy who's Martin Luther King's right-hand man. And it's funny, none of them are actual like coons, but they all have different levels of what they think assimilation should be. And And all those people, if you look at them post Malcolm X's death, they had nothing but nice things to say about Malcolm X after, even though it got really testy.
Because at the end of the day, they're black. And that's what that's the difference. 50 years ago, well, actually 60, because my mom be 60. So yeah, that's about 60 years ago almost. You were forced to realize that we might not agree, but we are still black. So
and both of you want, and all of you want what's good for black people.
You want exactly.
Whereas nowadays they would all be on there looking for job at MSNBC.
Yeah, Marcus Garvey, Booker T. Washington, and Du Bois, they all wanted what was best for black people. They just had different methods of how to get it. You know what I'm saying? They might not have agreed of how they were going to get it. Even within the Black Panther Party, they all had issues. The women, there's some stuff going on in the Black Panther Party we don't even know about when it comes to the men and women, but they all had the same goal. They wanted to get what was best for black people. It's just that the methods might not have worked out and it was infiltrated. But today, you ain't going to get people that's going. First of all, you're not going to get anybody there that's not going to agree.
Yeah, they're all gonna agree with each other, and they're all gonna be friends, and it'll just be a mutual admiration society, and it'll be like Eve Ewing, it'll be D-Ray, it'll be
Eve Ewing.
Even Sean King would be too far for them. Like
Sean can't be there. He can't show up. No.
Yeah, Sean King. No, that's too far. And Sean King
is not going to get into gender politics.
But also they're kind of jealous that he had Rihanna show up to his thing. You know, D-Ray got mad at Sean King, not for any real substantive reasons, but because D-Ray's high point was getting a shout out from Beyonce, and now Sean King got a shout out from Rihanna, and D-Ray got mad that he's yesterday's news. Like, it's shit like that. Like, I want to be the #1 mascot. I want the jobs in the podcast, and you know, I didn't want people. So it'd be like Roxanne Gay, D-Ray, Eve Ewing, Mark Lamont Hill, as it'd be a giant circle jerk. And anybody who would have disagreed with them, like if the white person throwing the panel, first he wouldn't want Tommy Curry there, but if the white person throwing the panel by some miracle wanted Tommy Curry there, they would all lobby to keep him off. They would say, no, you're not gonna put that hotep on there, you know. And it would be nothing like that. It wouldn't be like the Elaine Brown thing that I showed earlier. It wouldn't be like this thing, you know, because none of them really want what's good for black people. They just want jobs. That's all they want. Or they want clout and to appear on each other's platforms.
Yeah, they don't really want they don't even want any money. Remember, I always say, man, if you had a side of gold bars and an account with 1 million followers, they're gonna choose the account. They don't want that fucking. They don't want that money. That shit ain't
so true. It's so true.
They don't want nothing to do with no money. Are you serious? They want that clout. They want that attention.
If you had a box with retweets in it, and you know, actual something tangible, they choose a box with the retweets like every time.
They really would.
Right. It's like the dude that said, "Would you rather take what was it, T? They would take $1 million or perfect credit or some shit like that."
Yeah. Someone said, "Would you rather have $1 million or perfect credit and brunch with Jay-Z?" And they were like, "If you get brunch with Jay-Z, man, you'll drop some heavy game."
They were dead ass serious too.
Really trying to think too slick about this, man. It's not that hard of a decision.
Yeah,
man, they were dead serious arguing about that shit, man. They were serious.
Those are the same people that said, reparations in cash. Yeah, maybe if you're a loser, white people know what's up. I get reparations through an 850 credit score and a business loan. That's like, what the fuck up?
And they were, but no, T, they were serious. Remember, they were serious.
They were not only serious. They were laughing at people who said they would take the check. Like, you want to take the check? What you gonna do with a check? You're just gonna spend it. I'd rather have a business loan. Like, what are you gonna do with a business loan? You're gonna spend that money anyway. Like
owe somebody.
Yeah, exactly. like, what the fuck do you do with a business loan? It's like
man, they need to let some motherfuckers out of prison and put y'all motherfuckers in. Y'all gotta go away. You gotta go away. You gotta go to the shoe.
People started calling them Rock Nation Brunch Twitter because those are the people. You know, a lot of white women post pictures at a Met Gala, like they were there. These dudes post pictures of Rock Nation Brunch. The same way white women post pictures at a Met Gala.
I remember when Nipsey was at went to the Rock Nation brunch Twitter. They were all pissed off. They were pissed. They were like, "Why is he there?" And all kinds of. It was ridiculous. They was mad.
Hold on. But the funny thing is, if you listen to Jay-Z's music was sexist as hell. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know, but that's okay. Well, look at this. Someone put, if there was a tweet with $1 million versus a book. Wait, there was a tweet that said $1 million versus a book on how to make $1 million. I guess people chose the book on how to make. Oh man,
we in trouble, man. We in trouble.
Yeah, did you guys see the? I thought of another good example of a bad panel. Did you guys see the Revolt Summit that everybody was talking about? Was like, people were talking on Twitter about how good the Revolt Summit was, and it was Killer Mike, Candace Owens, T.I., and people were talking like this was the best. Angela Rye was there, and people were talking like this was the hard hitters and stuff. It was ridiculous. And I guess
I love Killer Mike. I just don't want to hear him talk.
Yeah, because he's too new to the game. He's like a guy who just started cracking open these books. I'm glad he's trying to learn about stuff, but you're not in the place you should be teaching yet. You still should be a student.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. You said it perfectly right there.
Yeah, everybody wants to go straight to becoming like because it's a clout thing. Everyone wants to go straight to the cowboy status. They want to go straight to the head of the class, you know.
They don't want to play college ball. They want to go straight to the NFL.
Yeah, man.
Anyone who hasn't Googled this clip on YouTube is very good. Nikki Giovanni and James Baldwin, they really went in on each other, but from a place of love.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna.
Yeah, go on. What happened? You were saying, oh, yeah, but they really came from a place of love. I really respected that clip. They really, yeah. But there was some more stuff. I was gonna say some more stuff before we wrap it up. But peep this that somebody sent me. Joe Biden has so many secret clips that are gonna bite him in the ass that everyone has spared him from the scrutiny of. Oh, did I lose you? You there?
And being tested for AIDS. It's an important thing.
Peep this.
Spent last summer going through the black sections of my
pretty much
in parks trying to get
pretty much, man.
And it's not unfair to wear a condom. Getting women to understand they can say no. Getting people in the position where testing matters. I got tested for AIDS. I know Barack got tested for AIDS. There's no
wow.
It's an important thing.
Look at his face.
The fact of the matter is, in the community's engaged in denial. They're engaged in denial. No one wants to talk about it in the community, and we do not have enough leaders in the community and outside the community demanding we face the reality, confront the men in the community as well as the women, letting them know there are alternatives. Thank you.
Yo, I saw the black people in the audience were like, "What the fuck?"
Oh shit!
and he told black women to snitch on men who are not using condoms.
Man, it's just a bunch of front, man. People just front all the time, man. They all front.
Yeah. He said black men need to get AIDS tested, and it's not unmanly to get tested for AIDS. And black women need to snitch on them if they're not getting tested or not using condoms. Who are they going to snitch to? What are you talking about? Snitch to who?
Right, and what would be the consequences?
Yeah, what would be the consequences?
Well, for him, I guess prison. You know, prison.
Yeah,
that'd be the third strike. Not using a condom. Like you got two felonies.
You know, I've never seen that. I've heard of that video. I've never seen it. That you know what that means? There's a whole lot of more videos out there. Of Sleepy Joe saying some crazy shit.
Yeah, people online, just regular Joes, have been sending me this shit, and these people aren't like hardcore political investigators. So if regular Joes are sending me this stuff in my DMs, go on.
Scholar.
What's that? I think we might be in a lag, Rich.
I think there's a lag somewhere.
Yeah. I think there's a lag, Rich. You might need to refresh.
Yep. You want to dunk before you learn how to dribble. You know, that's
we got a super lag with Rich.
Right? He's way behind. There's a lag. Yeah. Can you mute him?
Yeah, hold on. Let me
mute him and then like email, like text him or something.
Yeah. Let me let him know. Or maybe he's hearing now. Oh wait. I think he might have refreshed. He might have heard. Okay, cool. Yeah, that explains a lot because he was on a different wavelength for a second.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like 10 minutes behind.
Yeah, that's like a dude they tell a joke to, and then like 5 minutes after you forgot about the joke, he just starts laughing. I used to have a friend that used to do that. He would just like, but he had no reason. He just had a mental lag. It was no
reaction. Damn, that video is fucking crazy.
Yo, isn't it? That dude,
that's insane. That's probably the craziest video I've seen in months.
People have been sending me like all types of stuff. He say that black men don't like using condoms and they think it's unmanly, but it's not unmanly. And he threw Barack under the bus. He goes, Barack got tested for AIDS. Like, first off, like, you see Barack's face. Like, what are you throwing me in this?
Yeah, but why are you telling my business?
But you know what? He wasn't even his vice president yet. That was when they were both running for office. They were both candidates. So he was just throwing him out there for nothing.
That
he was
motherfucker makes Dick Cheney and motherfucking George W. Bush look like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King.
Oh my god.
This dude is horrible. I could not imagine when they do those White House on the lawn press conferences and shit. The shit that's going to see Trump say shit because he's just a slick motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's saying shit.
No filter.
He don't even know what he's saying. Just talking. And he's one of those spur of the moment dudes. Look, he said that comment about if you don't vote Democratic, you ain't black. That shit just popped out of his head. That wasn't something he planned to say. That's an itchy trigger finger, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Rich is trying to get into the stream. It's saying you have to connect your mic and cam before I can add you. Rich is trying to get in, but it won't let me add him. If you're watching this, Rich, you have to connect your mic and cam. It's saying. We'll see what. Oh wait, he's gonna try again. Yeah, but oh my god, there's more stuff. I have a lot of different things, but I didn't put them in any good order. So this stuff's gonna be pretty random. But I just want to run through it before we wrap up. Did you guys see this thing right here about your homegirl Dosha Cat? I'm just gonna play this real quick because I don't think you were around to see it before. But
I got a video. I should have sent it to you, but there's another video of her online saying some really weird shit, dude.
Yeah, these female edgelords are crazy. Hold on. Here we go.
Yeah.
Desensitized gag reflexes, my loose lady of the night, Doja.
So the white guy calls her like a loose lady. The nice, he's making sexist jokes about her, and here she is.
So easy and loose.
They call her easy and loose.
And only two.
Yes, Daddy.
I don't know what she's saying.
Her shirt reminds me of a baby duck. Her shirt is like a.
Oh my god! I'm sorry, my lady Dallas. What does it remind you of?
It reminds me of like a little duckling with feathers.
She said, "Suck my dick, nigger," and they're all like laughing. She's all like touching herself. Like she's not even being thirsty for like good-looking white guys. It's like the lowest of the low.
Yeah, that's. I don't know, man. Like it's a wrap. It's bad.
Yeah,
I don't.
She got some other shit going on with her.
Yeah.
She's just weirdo and with mental.
Tommy Mottola, or is Tommy Mottola dead?
You talking about Mariah Carey's ex?
Yeah. Who's the head RCA right now?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. Good question. But she was all touching herself too and doing way too much for those guys. Even after she got famous, like dude, I think if you're like
how old is that clip?
Not that long ago. They're calling her Doja, and she didn't go by Doja back then.
Oh damn! So this is after she got big. Wow. Or whatever.
One of the things they've figured out was from May 16th, like 6 days ago.
A couple weeks. Damn, just a couple days.
That's what I'm saying. She's a hardcore loser, man. She's
like
doing
Talib Kweli, like Talib Kweli tweeting during his concerts and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Same with Talib Kweli will argue with a rando, even though he's famous. And you think, does she have anything better to do? She's the same thing.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah, she's just like Talib Kweli. Talib Kweli is definitely addicted to the internet too, like hardcore.
Yo, man, sometimes I gotta skip Kweli's verses on my Black Star albums now.
I never even liked him as a rapper to begin with because I feel like he puts too many syllables in every verse. Like
he did a joint album with Madlib. I was like, I'll put the instrumental. I don't want to hear him rap.
Local spiritual
instrumental.
Yeah. Peep this one. This is an interesting one. I just collected clips to talk about. This is Lawrence O'Donnell, who's like a Democratic advisor. You guys see this clip? Tell me if there's sound.
If you want,
is there sound?
Party, the major party that is close to your thinking, to what you're thinking. You must show them that you're capable of not voting for them.
Because the way the Democratic Party is run now for quite a number of presidential cycles is they pick a nominee in a kind of half-assed process that doesn't really represent much of anybody. And then they tell everybody to just shut up. Don't bring up anything that will complicate life for your nominee. You know he's not for you on this. Why badger him? He's not going to be for you for reasons that you don't understand that are good reasons. Shut up. Turn off your brain.
If you show them you're capable of not voting for them, they don't have to listen to you. I promise you that. I worked within the Democratic Party. I didn't listen or have to listen to anything on the left while I was working in the Democratic Party because the left had nowhere to go.
And he was a big dude in the.
Whatever happened with him?
I think he does cable news now. He's still in the game. He does cable news now. Does anyone know what Lawrence O'Donnell does now? I think he has a TV show, or he had one up until recently. But yeah, he's still in the game, as far as I know.
Man, play that first part again with Lawrence O'Donnell, because that is critical what he said.
Look in the bathroom.
I just want people to understand that shit, man.
True, I would, but my computer's acting janky. I don't know what is up with this thing today. But hold on, let me try. I might have to refresh and disappear for a second, but let's see.
Yeah.
Damn it, my shit is frozen. I don't know what's up with this. But you saw the shit he was talking about. He was keeping it pretty real.
He kept it a buck.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said you have to be willing to not vote for them.
Yep.
Period. Essentially, that's what he was saying. He said that's the only way that's the only thing that's going to get their attention.
They gotta lose. They gotta lose another election. They gotta lose. Yeah.
And it's funny. I don't know how old this clip is. That clip was, but that's exactly what they do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening now. After yesterday, the same thing is happening. You know, is the sheepdogging in that party is real, man. That's one thing I gotta say. I have this term sheepdogging, man, which is basically, you know how you got them sheepdogs, and when they chase the sheep all around and get them in line when the sheep wanders too far from the plantation or too far out of their boundary, the dog gets them back in line. You know, that's the Democratic operatives, man.
Yeah.
So
this is all bad, man. That you know, they got to lose another 4 more years. In 4 years, I'll be 42. So that means I'm doing the math and shit. I'm like, how long am I gonna be around this motherfucker until shit get right? But I don't know if it ever is, because they've been playing the same old game over and over and over and over and over again.
Well, I'll tell you, man, it's a young generation coming up, man. That
one thing I'll give the Republican Party is that they're at least galvanized on one issue.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. These young people, man, you can't just tell them anything. Like the tradition don't mean shit to them. So, like, you can't tell a young person, well, we vote for Democrats because of, you know, that's just our ancestors did it, and that's how. These young people, they don't play that game. They want to understand exactly why. Yeah. They're not afraid. You're not gonna be able to boogeyman them like you did my generation and the generations prior to you know what I'm saying?
No, they just won't vote. They don't give a fuck.
They just won't vote.
Yeah, they just won't vote.
Shit,
not at all.
Like, well, damn,
not at all.
I just shot my homeboy in the back a couple days ago while we had a Democratic president or whatever. So shit. Tamir Rice, Eric Garner, Trayvon Martin, Castillo. Sorry, not Castillo. What'd you say, Ken?
Fernando Castillo.
Yeah, Fernando Castillo, Freddie Gray, Sandra Bland, all that shit happened under Obama.
Yeah.
We got an entire generation of kids who grew up seeing that shit happen under Barack Obama. So you ain't gonna be able to tell. Like my son and them, my son's 16, my oldest. You can't tell them that. You're not gonna be able to tell them that it was great when the Democrats were president, because he remembers he grew up under Obama's presidency.
Right, that's like mine.
So he saw everything that happened. You can't lie to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Boomers are the only ones holding on to that BOTEP shit. I'm gonna play this one more time. I figured out. I had a
Philando Castile. Yeah,
I think Rich got a lag again.
Oh yeah,
Rich got a lag.
Yeah, Philando Castile.
Yeah, it's lagging even more.
Yep.
that is closest to the way you're thinking. If you want to pull the party, the major party that is closest to the way you're thinking, to what you're thinking, you must show them that you're capable of not voting for them.
Because the way the Democratic Party is run,
that's it.
For quite a number of presidential cycles.
Right.
They pick a nominee in a kind of half-ass process that doesn't really represent much of anybody. And then they tell everybody to just shut up.
Yep, that's basically it right there.
That's
I mean,
yep.
Yeah, that's the whole game. And you know how I found that clip too? I found that clip because people were hitting black blue checks with that today. All the black blue checks who were trying to tell everybody shut up, Joe Biden was just voting. People somebody found that clip and was hitting them with that like crazy.
Yeah, man, that's deep. That's heavy.
Yeah, I was just telling while you dropped off, I was just telling Ken and Rich, like, you're not gonna be able to boogeyman these kids like they did our generation and the previous generations. You're not gonna be able to keep telling, like, they want us to be in the Truman Show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
that's a great way to put it. That's exactly what they want us to be. They want us to be in the Truman Show.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to do that to this new generation of kids, man. Let me tell you something. I was just listening in on a meeting today. Not even a meeting. It was they had some interviews with high school seniors that were getting ready to go to college for scholarships. And man, I was just listening to these kids, man, and just I'm like how bright they are, man, and how insightful they are, man. And I was just like, wow, it blew me away. Because you know how you guys know how I am, man. I'm optimistic one day and pessimistic the next. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then, but every time I get around some of these young folks, man, I'm just like, wow, man. I'm really
telling you,
thank you, man.
Yeah.
I feel good to hear that because I need some good news. So thank you.
That's why I feel working in the school that I work in, man. I got a couple of kids that I have a scholarship from the NAACP scholarship, and I broke all that down to them.
Yeah.
And but like working in the school, like I have kids come in my office and we be talking. And I'm like, damn, man, they really aren't poisoned.
Yeah.
They're not,
man,
they know this is they see the bullshit.
They see the bullshit. Yeah, and they see the whole just shut up and listen to what they're saying. That don't work with this generation. They ignorant with it, man.
Oh my god. I got a kid. This is a kid named Amber, a little white kid. I call her Amber Obama. Because she knows everything about politics. She know, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like she can break all that shit down.
Yeah.
And I was listening to her, and it was her talking to the president of the Black Student Union, and they was talking and everything, and they were just having regular conversation. But it started going into like the politics of what was going on in the school. Yeah. I told them I was in high school. I didn't know none of this shit y'all know what's going on in the school district.
Didn't care.
Didn't give a fuck.
Not me. Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck. All I cared about playing football, getting girls, and smoking weed. That's all I cared about. They know everything that's going on. So these kids today, especially, I live in liberal ass Portland. These kids they didn't even want to do Rose Festival shit. They wouldn't have nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They basically had to beg two girls to do it. When I was in high school, you would get like 15, 20 girls going for Rose Festival. They got two girls. And one of them was a junior, which is normally you don't get juniors doing that. It's usually seniors. None of the seniors wanted to do it. They got one senior and one junior. That's how much these kids are on what's going on here. And this is the positive sides of social media and the internet and things like that. And then you got the negative side. Kids are trolling and all that kind of shit. But I mean, my kid just walked in the door. She's 16 years old. She know about all this shit. Half the shit she know.
I wanted to tell you too. Speaking of social media, one of the things that I heard of some of these kids say, they already know like social media is can be a beast, and they like I don't really fool with social media.
Yes.
Like these are
young kids are not on Facebook.
They like I don't.
They don't do Twitter. And then they don't do Facebook. None of that.
Good. Yeah, and then they broke it down why they don't.
Yeah.
One young man, he was saying that, well, a lot of people are into that keyboard activism and so many things. There's so many lies get proliferated on social media that a lot of times it's more of a detriment to what we're trying to do as a community than an actual help. But then I had another young lady that broke down the positives of social media.
Right.
She was saying if you're going to use it, use it as a force to spread good information, to
Yes.
get correct information. to
Yeah,
people.
it shouldn't stay there. Things should not
Right.
stay on social
Yeah,
media.
you know what? The trolling is coming from motherfuckers our age, between the ages of 25 and 40. That's all the toxic motherfuckers that need help. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the young people, that's why, and Merle, I know you know this too, because you got kids, you got a 16-year-old. This is why I always say, if my daughter don't know who it is, they ain't shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because her generation is the next one, you know?
No, a lot of those Gen Z kids are messed up too, but it's the ones who, I'll tell you what, the Gen Z kids who are growing up in white spaces, I think are the ones that are really kind of messed up now, who don't really have a real connection to anything, because
I'm glad you said that.
a lot of people
after you say that, go ahead.
okay, because you know what I did today I said this in an earlier stream, I don't know if you saw it, but today I started asking people, I said, for young people who follow me, do y'all know versions of Dosha Cat? And a lot of people were kind of telling me, goes, yo, my cousin's not like that, my cousin's cool, but there's some other people that I know that came to college and they came from like white neighborhoods and they're into that weird edgelord shit, and we don't understand them at all. One guy was telling me he went on a date with a girl, and she had that Dosha Cat energy, and people are telling me different stories. So like these people exist, but they tend to have a profile, you know. But they're also saying like, my niece is at that same age, and she's really normal. But she tells me that she meets people like this. So I think it's yeah. So I think in your daughter generation, there probably is people like that, but she's not traveling in their circles.
Nah, because the thing about kids, man, especially teenagers, they see immediately the people that's on that weirdo shit, and I think we did too in high school, but not really, because we just didn't see them, or I don't know. Maybe
but also I think a lot of people age out of being weirdos. Like I know people who were weirdos by freshman year, that by junior year they were kind of good. And I said this earlier. I'm not trying to say that bullying is good, but I'm saying like the mix of bullying and also constructive criticism, people used to kind of shape up a lot of times. Some people would even kind of improve by college. There are people who start college and reinvent themselves in college, but now everyone just goes to the internet to be enabled. So nobody even now, if someone gives you either constructive criticism or bullying or whatever, you go home, you just put up with it for like 8 hours, then you go home and go to the internet and connect with your community of weirdos, like, you know, all these white man whore Twitter people.
Yeah, Jamal S just said it. The funny thing about Gen Z is they get bored with new social media platforms quickly and move on to the newest thing. That's that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
They don't care nothing about Facebook, Twitter. They're barely on Instagram. TikTok is a new thing.
Yeah. One of them broke down TikTok. One of them broke down the thing with this young lady, man. Ken, I wish you could have. I wish I could have got you in on this meeting today. Man, she broke down TikTok. She started talking about how white supremacists are usually some of the first adopters of these new social media platforms. And she started breaking down how a lot of them were on TikTok doing certain things and whatnot. I was just like, well, man, I was so impressed, bro. And to a point T had made earlier about kids that are disconnected from the community, I saw some of that too. There was a couple of kids that went to private schools outside of town, and when we started at, like, one of the questions was what's the difference between equality and equity?
Oh yeah.
And you know, the kids that were active in they were on it, they knew it, you know what I'm saying? They broke it down beautifully. But you know, some of the kids that were had a little more, had more resources and went to private schools or these good charter schools, they didn't know. And then one of them, not only did she not know, she didn't even really care. That they said, okay, well, just try to give us a good guess on it. She was like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
She didn't even care to try to answer. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like she was totally disconnected from anything having to do. I'm like, well, why would you seek an NAACP scholarship and not know anything about
the NAACP?
But also, she's probably defiant about it, because you're like, you have no right to tell me that I'm required to know about this. You know, you're not the boss of me. There's a lot of that, because a lot of these people go on the internet, and the people on the internet are all about like there are people on the internet now who feel like they're not even obligated to listen to evidence. Like, you know, you should, like, tell me data that all black men do this. And it's like, I don't have to show you data. He's a sassy GIF, you know. And then you hit them with some data, and they're like, well, I don't have to listen to that. Like, it's like, it's a tantrum. It's some baby shit, you know.
Well, I'll say this: the impression that I got from it is that she was just completely self-absorbed. You know, so she had no commitment to anything great outside of herself. You know what I'm saying? She was very. Whereas the other kids, man, that came from the public schools, you know, they was on it, bro. I know one young lady's going to UCLA. There's another young man, I think he's going to UC Irvine.
They just want the money.
Yeah, they just want the money.
They just want that money.
He was just saying that, you know, because I think he wants to major in finance or something like that. And he was saying, like, man, I can easily go in here and get mine, but a lot of my classmates that are not doing as good, there's really no avenues for them to try to pursue resources and things like that. So I'm trying to get them plugged in. I got to come back and make sure that I'm taking care of them and spreading that. So, man, it was a great conversation, man. It really left me optimistic about the future. But hey, tomorrow I'll be a pessimist again, probably.
Right. Me too.
Yeah. Whenever you're ready, I just want to show you this. I wasn't trying to cut you off. I was just lining up stuff. But look at this, man. Zerlina Maxwell. First off, she has a book coming out called "The End of White Politics." Yeah, and they're giving all these influencers their book deals, and I'm sure the end of white politics just means hire more black people, elect more black. Like, she has no bigger guiding principle or value except getting jobs, you know. So she was one of the people caping. She goes, "I empathize deeply with the Biden folks today. Remember Hot Sauce Gate? Yeah." So, you know, she's like saying poor Biden. He got unfairly maligned like Hillary, and it's like, okay, he's not going to give you a job, or you know, even if he is, there's a better way to get it than this, right?
Yo, did y'all see that meme that dude I retweeted it on?
Yeah.
See that, bro?
Yeah.
Put that up.
Yeah. Hold on. Actually, I will because I have it up.
Yeah.
Let me find it. That's a good meme. That's a good one. Actually, you know what? Let me finish with this real quick since I already have it up. But actually, damn it, I'm frozen again, I think.
Let me see if I can, because I think I have screen share option on this too. Let me see if I can.
Yeah. See if you can do it.
All right. Hold up.
Can you guys hear me at least?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, but I'm frozen, right? I don't know what's making this freeze like this. It's got to be a program I have up, but I don't.
Wait, what just happened here? What just happened here? What's going
on? I guess T signed out. He's gonna try to sign back in. He said he's
frozen.
Freeze it up. Yeah.
Hey, Rich, are you frozen? I think
Rich is lagging.
Oh yeah, he's not gonna hear that for about 4 minutes.
Right. Yeah, he's about 4 or 5 minutes behind us. It seems like.
Man, so what, you gonna get that bike, man? What's up, man? Let's go.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and make that happen, bro.
All
It'll probably be a stationary bike. It'll probably be a stationary bike. But it's gonna be something. I'm gonna get my legs going at least.
I got another 5 miles in the day. I couldn't get it in like I wanted to, but
I
got another 5.
Yeah, that's crazy because I used to ride my bike to work all the time too.
Yeah, man.
But,
were you able to pull up the clip? Did you
I'm
able to find it
up right now. Hang on 1 second.
I know at least there's a lag. Why is this StreamYard? Is this a StreamYard issue?
Yeah, I think it's StreamYard. It might be my computer too. I don't know. I'm trying to close out every program I can. Something is using up stuff. Am I lagging still? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're still lag. Yeah, your face is frozen.
Oh, damn it. It always catch me the worst pose too.
I can't see anything.
Damn it. And now Adidas. Here we go.
Oh, here we go. What the fuck?
they were saying that's how she.
Look at his lips too. Look at. He's like, what? Oh Lord! You better leave him alone.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
Oh shit, that's so funny.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
No joke.
That is so funny. Oh my God, that's funny. Oh, that look, bro, his legs when he jumped over though, bro.
but there's a clip of Simone Sanders really doing that for Joe.
Yeah. It was one of.
Yeah. She literally did that. She did a flying tackle.
Yes.
Trying to get Joe going. I'm going to refresh in the meantime because I don't know what's going on with this thing. I think I'm still frozen.
I'm gonna break out an old VCR, and when this shit start happening, I'm gonna start recording shit.
Yeah.
I gotta start recording shit, man, because this is just like I never would. You know what? It's probably good. My grandmother passed away in 2011, and she got a chance to see Barack, so she understood though. But she was just happy to see a nigga win. She didn't care. I'm glad she ain't seeing this shit because this is bad. This shit is pathetic, man. Hey, what's up with I seen a tweet about Barnes Burgers went out of business.
Who went out of business?
Barnes Burgers down in I think he's in LA, down in South Central. Says a black-owned burger spot been around for 52 years.
When
I hit the cold doors.
They're hitting a lot of these burger stands in LA, man. They're hitting a lot of them with the nuisance ordinances.
Whoa, are you serious?
Yeah, so a lot of these spots that is known for having heavy gang activity and shit like that. They're using the pretense of gang activity, and they're coming to them. They're saying, "Okay, can you put some cameras here?" It starts off with something small, so then the owner will say, "I'll put some cameras here." Can you put an alarm system here? Okay. Then they come back. Can you take these phones out of here? Because a lot of
they have the business with an injunction,
right? But it always starts off slow.
Yeah,
it sounds reasonable, and then they just can you remove all the outdoor seating? And the dude's like, well, hold on. If I remove all the outdoor seating, then I'm gonna lose my customer.
Yeah.
Right. Can you put a fence up over it? It's like, then dude's like, okay, you know what, man? No, I'm not doing that. So then the police, okay, you don't want to do okay.
Here comes
to the city council, right? Yeah. They hit them with that nuisance ordinance and get them up out the paint, and a lot of these guys.
I told him, I said, when you see that white man over there with that tripod and he looking through it, they're gonna be here that much longer because they zoning shit. They about to start rezoning, and they're gonna tell you that there's a water main, and where your property is, it's gonna explode in 17 days.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You'd be like, what?
Yeah.
You like, man, I gotta take my Facebook, take it online.
Yeah, that stuff is always shady, man. That stuff is always shady. This lady said to defend Biden, there is a difference between being politically black and being racially black. I am not defending anyone. Yes, you are. But we all know this and should stop pretending that we don't. Man, do you guys have any idea what that even means?
No, it's babble. She used to actually follow me on Twitter. My very first Twitter account, the first one, she used to follow me on Twitter. She didn't used to talk like this.
Yeah, I used to root for her. I used to like her. But something went to her head. I don't know what it was.
That blue check, it was a wrap from there.
Yeah. Once you got that blue check, she went crazy and she got the Times and started. Yeah, she wasn't this bad before, man. I don't know what on earth happened to her. But then, a bunch of people were like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? You're not even making any sense right now. And then she deleted the tweet.
What?
And then she said this, okay, deleting because the racist trolls are here. Screenshot and carry on. And it's like, why are you getting sassy? Like, just. But then she kept arguing. She kept arguing about it. So I want to find. She wants to start arguing about it, and people. So here she is.
Hold on.
No, don't worry. I'm not gonna bring up all that. Don't worry. I'm gonna bring it all. I'm gonna bring that back. Don't worry. I'm gonna bring that back. That was it.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna bring that back. Don't worry. Oh man, it looks like I'm frozen again. I think I'm frozen again. Damn it. Oh, okay, here we go. That slideshow is stuff I want to talk about tonight. So that wasn't an accident. But
oh, that was so funny, bro. What the fuck was that?
Oh, actually, you know what? I'll show it to you. You see right. I'll show you guys talking about this, right? Hold on, wait. It'll be. Hold on, it'll be.
You gotta keep going.
Hold on, let's find it. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. This is all screen caps that I have saved for.
With that, bro, wait.
That.
Wait, you can't just ask that. What is?
Oh, I wanted to show you guys this because you see this right here, right? You know, Dosha Cat was calling black people didn't do nothings.
Yeah.
And this is like the original didn't do nothing memes. And what it is it's Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin, and someone else. I forget who the third person is. And you know what didn't do nothing means, right? Yeah. So basically, someone took a Little Debbie muffins box and swapped out the muffins tops for the face of dead black men. Yeah. And this is a popular 4chan meme called "Didn't Do Nothings." And this is
somebody hit me with that on Twitter a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Racists used to love this. So I saved this because I'm going to talk about it tonight. But it's like people who think this didn't do nothing thing is like a minor thing, because some people are trying to cape for it today. They're like, oh, maybe she's trying to reappropriate or use it differently. I'm like, no, this is what people do with it didn't do nothing shit. You know what I'm saying?
Excuse.
Yeah. People throw in shit like that. Like this is not any minor thing, you know. And I want to show this too. I thought you were talking about this one. I thought this is the one you're talking about. But that's Dosha Cat in the racist chat. This is the kind of things you should do for racists.
Muffins. I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, what is going on here?
Oh, you're talking about the muffins? Yeah.
She's one of those chicks that wants to hang around those dudes to get some type of sexual adulation from them. She wants to be adored by these
down there.
Low-key white supremacist dudes.
But
a human sex doll for them.
But you know what else too though? She used to actually have like virtual sex with them and stuff too, and do other stuff. So she was busting it open for them, like and that's the funny thing is when she was not showing her boobs to
Wesley.
Oh man,
look at Wesley.
Look at Rich over there looking at that. Look at oh shit.
Oh my god, man, what is going on in
while he's gone though, let me show you this real quick. What I was telling you, what they do to the places in LA that they want to get rid of.
Can't hide them cakes, right? Somebody said can't hide them cakes.
All right, look, so this is how they're talking about them getting rid of Tam's Burger in Los Angeles. Hold up.
To a disproportionate amount of criminal activity.
The LAPD wants to control my business and run it in their view and how it should be run. And I'm trying to run it in the view that I've been here for 30 years and know how it should be run. And I'm successful.
Do you see it, Ken?
I can't see it.
Situated on the corner of Figueroa and 101st Street, Tam's Burgers has been a staple of this South Central neighborhood since the mid-80s. Nick Benetatos began running it
in
1989.
Figueroa.
We've been in this community. We've withstood the riots. When the markets were burnt down and the liquor stores were
you can hear it.
down, people had nowhere to go.
You can see it now?
Came to us.
Yeah, I can see it now.
Free slices of ham. Not just being a restaurant and selling restaurant food, we're actually helping the community. We have much love for the community. Obviously, the community has love for us. They've been supporting us for years.
The restaurant has withstood riots and bad economic
Tam's Burger.
But now it faces its most daunting challenge yet, a city government that has branded it a public nuisance.
The city is targeting me, a small business at the worst economy ever. The things that they're asking me to do and trying to force me to do would actually put me out of business.
LAPD first approached Benetatos in 2010 and asked for his assistance to help reduce crime around the area.
They said the payphones that you have on the corner are primarily used for drug sales and drug deals. Would it be possible for you to take them out? And I said, of
It's
course,
gone now, bro. But
no, that's my fault. It's back. Yeah.
really didn't make that much difference. Would it be possible for you to take out your tables? I took out the tables. My business dropped 15%. Obviously, it's a restaurant. People, where are they going to eat?
From there, the list kept growing. LAPD asked him to build a fence, to scale back his operating hours, to hire a full-time security guard, and even to install a security system that linked directly to police headquarters. Finally, Benetato said, enough.
I don't.
Okay, so you see how they did him?
Yeah.
You see how they did that, man? That was
gang
all
injection on his business.
Right. So he was either going to become an informant, basically.
Yep.
Right. Or they were going to just keep adding new things on to the point. The whole thing was to get that shop up out of there so they can build something else over there.
Yeah. And what's there now where Tams used to be?
Shit, I don't know, bro. It might be a Starbucks or some shit for
yeah, because Tams was around. Shit, when I used to go visit my stepsister down in LA, Tams was around. That was in the 90s.
Yeah. I don't know what's there now, but I know he lost his appeal to the city. This was years ago. This was like 7-8 years ago.
Yeah.
And so,
apartments,
probably
probably
some shit. Yeah, not town, but yeah, in LA, apartments, high-rise apartments or condos or whatever. So, I mean, those are the tactics that they use with everybody out here, man, to get you up out of here and start that gentrification, man.
He got another one though. He got a couple of them though.
Bunch of Tams, just a few Tams.
Yeah.
One in LA that was his money maker though.
Right.
And that was his big money maker, man.
Even I heard of Tams.
Okay.
I've actually heard of Tams. I don't know what it is, but I've heard people mention Tams. Did he used to mention it in rap songs and West Coast rap songs? Did ever get name dropped in that? Or
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that at all.
So many known spots got mentioned in rap songs. Master Burger.
Yeah,
because I definitely heard of it. I don't remember how I heard of it, but I have heard of Tams. So the guy from Tams became an informant.
No, you see what in the paperwork that they were showing, it looked like it was going to culminate because one of the last things that they asked him to do was set up a security system and a phone system that went directly to LAPD. So essentially, that's trying to get him to become a snitch for them. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when he was like, "No, hell, no, I'm not doing that."
So they're basically building up to that, and that's good because once you start, man, it never ends. This happened to that Dart Perry person. He thought he.
Damn, he dropped out again.
Yeah, we might as well close up shop because
it's getting ready to be 9 o'clock soon anyway. So
I just got some barbecue from my neighbor.
Oh shit!
About to do that and lay on this couch.
I heard that. I ain't mad at you. Yeah, man. Well, all right, shit. Well, I guess I'll wait for him to come back real quick and then tell him I'm gonna. Cause shit, it's midnight out. It's almost midnight out there where you at, ain't Rich?
It's like 12:30. No, Rich is
the
in
internet
Phoenix.
is just.
Oh, he's in Phoenix. Okay.
Yeah, it's 8:30. Phoenix don't never change their clock.
Yeah, they don't.
Stay on
I think at a certain time of year they go to Central Time.
I guess
if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
or they go an hour ahead of us or something.
Yeah, they go an hour ahead of us. Yeah. Well, shit, man. I heard that Cali gonna be opening back up. If I do come down there, I'm driving. I ain't flying. But I'm gonna get a rental and just drive.
Yeah, it's like 8:30. 8:30. Yeah, around 8:30.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, they don't.
I don't know what happened. Am I back now?
Close up shop.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to. It's not meant to be, man. It's not meant to be.
Because you still
a weird
lagging.
town, man. Weird town.
Yeah. People are lagging. I'm popping in and now. It's not happening, man. I don't think it's happening. Sorry, y'all. We were having a good time, but this is StreamYard is fucking up, man. StreamYard's hating it. You know what? It's the Russians and the white supremacists.
There you go. It's Joe Biden in them, man. They he went hard on them last night, so they're like, "Oh hell no, we ain't letting that happen."
Yeah, man. Yeah. So the main thing I promised to talk about, we didn't even get to talk about, like all the blue check stuff happening.
Yeah.
But I mean, people are used to it by now. Anyway, I'll just say it verbally. There was Torre. There was Mark Lamont Hill. There was Ida Bay Wells, also Nicole Hannah Jones. Simone Sanders, of course, was carrying water. She was doing her thing. It was all the usual suspects. If you've seen it once, you've seen it a million times.
People gonna think we drunk in here.
I know, right?
Sleepy Joe, sleepy internet.
Yeah. All right, so I tell you what, guys. See y'all later. We're lagging.
All right, holla.
Yeah, have a good one. Woo. I don't even know if we're ended yet. Are we ended? I don't even know.